We got a couple in the tuck, but this will probably be this is number 7. You know what I mean? We got one that's gonna be dropping tomorrow, or no, Tuesday.
I got a lot of feedback about the massage happy ending.
Yeah. They was tripping off of that shit. Yeah. My mom hit me on that joint. My mom hit me was like, she's like, boy, y'all crazy as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I learned everything from you. Not like that, but you know what I mean.
Yo, what is going? Every time I come on this show, what be happening? Yo?
Anyway, welcome to another episode, man. Art of Opinion podcast. I'm your boy Chris Ogle. Got my man Shane Biggie D in the house, you know what I mean?
Playoff.
Yeah, he got his big hat on, you know what I mean?
Hey, man.
Yeah. I ain't mad with you,
Look just like Lamar Jackson with that big ass head. You know what I mean?
It's all right. It's all right.
I got y'all winning the whole thing, son.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support, man.
And on the real, like, if anybody in the NFL deserves it, it's Lamar Jackson, yo. They talk shit about him, son.
I don't know about all that.
I agree with that. You know,
I don't know. He's one of the hardest working quarterbacks because
it's not even that, yo. It's the the criticism. You know what I'm saying? Calling him a thug.
He's not quarterback. Bullshit.
Even when they was trying to structure the deal, like they was like, "What? He don't got no agent? What?
Yeah,
oh no, he's unprofessional. His mother is doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what?
And his mom got him that bag.
What?
Too. She got him that bread.
Hey, yo, it's one of the smartest things I've ever seen.
I don't like that whole narrative they try to run with saying that you can't win in the league with that type of quarterback, or you can't win at all. You know what I mean? That's the narrative that, you know what I mean?
It's the system.
I want to see him break, you know what I mean?
He's going against the grain, you know what I'm saying? And they don't like that. They want to see the same shit for real. They want Brady's down there.
I don't blame him.
True, yeah. I mean, I get
Commanders, man. These boy.
But if that's not your style, but you still win, you know.
We're not talking about the Commanders today. We're talking about teams that still can't be playing.
Yeah. I agree. I think we should do that too.
We probably shouldn't talk about them for a minute. For real.
No, we can talk about them because we coming up. We coming up.
Oh my God! All right, what's the first subject that because we're not going to do that. We're not going to do this.
I thought sports was good. I do want to see I might want to see the Niners in Baltimore running back again from what year was that? 2012.
Yeah.
2012 when the Harbaughs.
Yeah, they cut the lights out on us.
Yo, wouldn't that be crazy if you got one of the Harbaughs winning the national championship and the other one winning the Super Bowl?
That's what's going to happen.
And they both played each other in the Super Bowl some years ago? That'd be wild. That's a wild story.
Man, listen, I'm not, this is what's supposed to happen. I'm not impressed.
You think it's scripted?
This is what I expect.
You think it's a script?
No, this is just what I expect.
Yeah. It's not just a hat this big.
Yeah.
And this is what it's supposed
to happen.
Do you hear the arrogance?
Yeah.
Do you hear the asshole in it?
The hat is really a regular size hat, but with all the air in his head right now, that's what's making it look that
when
big.
You do what you're supposed to do, then this is what's expected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of y'all. Yeah. I live in Maryland now, so I would root for them, but fuck them niggas, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
I ain't gonna say fuck them. I just think
I like Lamar though.
Lamar deserves it.
I want to see Lamar. I like to see young kids get it too. Zay Flowers and all them boys. Them boys work this year. You know what I mean? Boys.
Now that's the dope part, coming in as a rookie and getting this far.
Yeah.
Most people go to trash teams.
Though.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I like Zay anyway because I got a son named Zay, and then I had him on my fantasy, and he killed on my fantasy all year. So you know what I mean? He got me some points. So I'm happy about that. So I like him as a player. But yeah. Anyway, what else is going on, man? What else going on? How was you guys' week?
Snowy.
Huh?
Snowy.
Did you slip and slide off the road anywhere?
Nah, I know how to drive a little bit.
Yeah, I know how to drive.
It's a real white Christmas out there right now. This weather's crazy. All these people that's been asking for snow. Oh, we don't get no snow. We don't get no snow. Now that they got it, and I hear them complaining about shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like snow, man. I like all the seasons except for summer.
Did you and your son go out there and build a snowman? You put some Jordans on him and shit?
Nah.
I see you doing some shit like that, man.
I couldn't even go get him for real.
Oh, no? Oh, you didn't get him? You didn't get him this weekend?
I mean, why the fuck?
Oh, yeah. I used that excuse a few times before, too.
There ain't no excuse. Shit, I wanted to go. You got to think about what's more safe, though.
Yeah. I wish my kids can go to their other parents' house, and I'd be like, I can't come pick them up right now, man. I can't shovel out my driveway. My back hurt or something like that. Use that type of excuse, you know what I mean? Let them stay. They ain't got school anyway, so, You know what I mean? these kids get out of school for the most bullshitest weather, man.
Wind blowing too hard.
Yeah,
that first day. I think that first day was just just
a dusting. Yeah, it was just a dusting of snow, and
it hadn't even snowed yet. When my son was out, I think it was like wind that was supposed to happen. It didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
So they would say, well, we just gonna cut school. Like, I'm like, damn. So all last week they didn't have no basketball games at all.
Damn.
Yep, every game got canceled.
They shut everything down. And shit.
What do you think about the whole Cambridge Easton thing? I wanted to ask you about that a while ago when I first seen that shit. What do you think about that shit, man?
All right, we'll lay it out for those that don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
and then I'll give you my opinion.
They first, I guess, from an incident that happened way last year, wasn't it last year that the incident supposedly happened? Because I know it didn't happen this year. And it wasn't even from the basketball game, was it? Wasn't it from a football game?
So it was this year. It was a football game.
Oh, it was a football game, okay.
And some kids, I don't know which side, because I don't want to give false information.
Of course,
I just know it was kids that got into an altercation. And then from that, some kids were banned from coming to the other school to even just watch games or participate in the game there. So that's
they
where
banned specific kids for that. Okay.
So that's all I know specifically is that. But continue, and then I'll chime in.
That's about as far as I know too.
All right, so now the thing is what?
Where they had closed the gyms to the spectators for the games.
Which school did?
I think Easton did. Easton closed the gym to the spectators for nobody watching the game, and then they messed around and just forfeited the games for the season.
Word?
Yeah, they just. I thought that was wild.
So when Cambridge comes to Easton. The game can continue, but they close it to the public,
spectators. Yeah,
the games that's being played in Cambridge is like, no, we don't want to close it to the public. It had nothing to do with that's kind of punishing the kids.
Yeah, exactly,
they deserve to have fans in the stands,
especially if they already punished the kids that supposedly got into the altercation.
So Cambridge is like, we're going to still have a game and we're going to have it open. So Easton decided we don't want to have our kids over there in that environment, and if you're not going to close it, then we're going to just forfeit our games over there.
That's crazy.
So that's the thing. So then the uproar starts from that.
What kind of uproar?
I mean, just parents.
Just think about that, because that kind of, to me, that doesn't resolve the issue. That kind of adds fuel to the fire.
What does?
That when you do something like that, you know what I mean? When you just forfeit the games, because it's like okay, we're not taking any accountability for it. It was y'all that did the shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's not what I get from it. All right, so it adds who's adding the fuel though?
The parents.
And that's the problem. Yeah. And that's what no one is.
The grown ones.
No one is seeing that it's the parents online talking. It's the parents that's
what online. Get the
everything is online now.
It's the parents online going back and forth and putting blame and all of this stuff. The kids ain't really saying nothing. Yeah. So the kids this is what it is. Kids fight. It happens. And so I get that point where parents say, kids fight all back in my day. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Kids fight. It's over with. As adults, gather them up, put out whatever punishment we're going to put out. And then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, today, these parents are just as bad. They're even worse than the kids. So the kids fight. Now you got the parents online talking crazy. And that makes it even worse. So that's what the problem is, in my opinion. So when I see this, I'm looking at it objectively on both sides. So I see people from Cambridge. Like, I grew up in Cambridge, so I know the atmosphere. I know what it is. But when I see people from the town saying, people are painting the narrative. People are creating a narrative about Cambridge. That's not true, yo.
Yeah.
That's not true. If you want to talk about painting a narrative, you want to keep it a beam, Cambridge has the paintbrush.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it is unfair to the kids that have nothing to do with it. It is unfair to those that are trying to change the perspective of Cambridge. Yeah. And I see all that, and I think that's dope. But what we can't do is think that, let's say a year, maybe 2 years, let's say even 5 years of trying to turn this whole thing around versus 30 years of what it's been. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen just like that.
So you don't think that, like, with them doing that, right? Because you're going to have kids that's going to still remember this from last year that's going to be playing next year, right?
Okay.
you don't think that still raises the tension? Oh, now we really want to get at them when we get in there. It's not going to be like, okay, when we get in there, we want to really want to bust their ass. And I'm not just talking about on the basketball court. I'm talking about period. Like let's start this rivalry back up, because it's been a rivalry for years.
Yeah, and the rivalry is
even
cool.
back when y'all played. You know what I mean? We know that it was many altercations back then or anything like that, but it never was to that point where the gym or the games had to be shut down for it.
But the rivalry part is fine. That's the dopest part about it.
Yeah. Right.
And again, my opinion, it ain't the kids. It's the
parents.
I'll give you a prime example. When Cambridge came to play North High, right? Now, you know how when the other team comes out, they come out first.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? But our kids, our JV squad and our cheerleaders, you know, they do that tunnel thing where they line.
Yeah.
So they did it early before Cambridge came out. All right. So when Cambridge come out, they gonna run through the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul. They shouldn't have lined up early.
Yeah.
5 seconds later, you hear in the crowd, "That's right, run through them. Run through them." It's parents.
Yeah, that's
you see
crazy.
What I'm saying?
Now, that's crazy.
That
yeah.
small seed like
crazy,
that can turn into something
exactly.
different.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Now,
that's putting the battery in their back.
exactly. Now I look at that and say, okay, so if that's a traveling parent, why would I want to send my kids? It's already tense. Why would I want to send my kids over there into it where you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how my mind is looking at it. So I see both sides. It's unfair to the kids. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. These kids are great students, athletes in Cambridge for sure.
Yeah.
The community
No
is
doubt.
trying to do some different things, and that's fire. That's the one side of it. The other side of it, I see it like. It's already tensed up. You see how some parents act. Why would you want to send your kids into that environment?
Yeah, I get
so
it.
I get both sides, and I totally understand.
But that's still making one school a villain. Because I think it was going back and forth on both sides from what I seen.
From
the parents.
Oh yeah,
and from the faculty and the staff. You know what I mean? It was a lot of, you know what I mean? There was a lot of that going on. So
I don't know, man. I just think, man, the parents is the issue, in my opinion. I think some parents aren't mature. I think some parents are very emotional. They get emotionally involved, and their emotions take over their logic, and they're not looking at it with, you know what I mean, with just a non-biased view. And then it's that whole victim thing. Well, you know, we're like, dog, you gotta understand.
Yeah. I get it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And a few years of change doesn't erase your history, unfortunately. I mean, that's like anybody. Like if I'm an abusive husband and I, you know what I mean, and then I go and do some rehab and shit, but I've been beating my wife for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then I got a full year of some chill shit. Who's to say she still ain't scared of me if I, you know what I mean, get hyped watching the football game and my team lose? Like, she's still gonna have that just because of my history.
So, in your opinion, how do they resolve this issue?
Parents
have they all have all the faculties got together and had a meeting about it? Or
that part I don't know. I think that's a great idea.
Resolve the issue before
I think that's a great idea. Like even with Cambridge, they had police presence in place. They had a whole plan for things to be cool. Easton just was like, they just didn't feel comfortable sending their kids in there. So I get it. I understand Cambridge got a whole plan laid out. Like, we got it. We understand it.
Yeah.
I understand that side. I do also understand the side of we appreciate that, but we just still don't right now.
Because I remember last year when my son was playing with North Carolina and the whole, you know, how they, you know, when me and you was there at the same time when we went down to Kent Island, and you know, tensions was high. Their tensions was always high. There was a lot of shit getting thrown out in the crowd. It was calling them race. They was calling them races, and it was a lot of shit. They bombarded the locker room and shit like that. Like, wouldn't let the kids into the locker room and all that. We had to come through and kind of split the crowd, you know what I mean, and all that kind of shit. Yeah, we had to walk through and kind of like split the crowd and shit like that. But they didn't shut none of the games down. None of the games got shut down because of that. You know what I mean? So,
but I think in that situation, I've never went back and forth with no parent online about nothing. I think it's just how the adults react sets the example. If adults are going to act immature, that's going to be, the kids are going to follow suit.
And I think that was the difference, because I seen some back and forth stuff online, but I think it just stayed there. I didn't see any threats being laid or nothing like that. So you know, it's just unfortunate, man.
That's just my opinion. I think some of the parents are just immature, and it just shows, and that's just it's a shame, because a lot of the kids are way more mature than their parents, and I see that.
And that's sad.
Damn.
That's sad. Yeah,
and that's a fact.
Yeah.
Does that even make sense?
It don't make sense. It shouldn't be like that. But I mean, that just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Is that where we at now?
Yeah, it's been like that.
I think through all my times, through all my times of seeing school rivalries and going to games and going to my kids' games and stuff like that, that's the first time I ever seen them shut. Like I ever seen a team forfeit the games of the season. You know what I mean? Because of a situation like that. That's the first time I ever seen.
So
that
even
happen.
last year when North High went over there and there was a situation where there's stuff outside of the school.
Oh yeah.
There was stuff going on outside of the school.
Something like that,
and just. I don't think the precautionary measure that should have been in place. Just some people were aware, some people weren't aware of things because you got to be knowledgeable and understand what's going on in the neighborhood. You just have to know different things. So anyway, you know what I mean. Even that situation, people running on the bus, but it wasn't the players.
Oh, see, I didn't hear about that right there.
Yeah, last year they ran on North High bus and over Cambridge and all that, but it wasn't the players per se. It was like people in the stands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think it's just got to be some maturity, man.
When I play football, you better not run up on that bus, cause you're gonna be running up off that bus fast as a mother when you ran on that bus. Yeah. When I play football,
but now this was basketball.
Oh, this was basketball. See, I didn't play basketball in school, but on basketball it would have been the same situation.
Basketball.
Don't run up on that bus, cause you know what I mean. Now I've seen situations where they didn't let the bus. Where they I've been in games where they didn't try to let the bus leave and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
But that's all part of the game. You know what I mean? If you done played enough football and basketball, you know that's part of the game, man. That intimidation factor is part of the game, man.
Yeah. So let's set Cambridge aside, and it's other schools. Can you think of back in the day? Like, all right, we know when we go down here, that's how it always is. Like I remember back in Chrisville was like that. You go down there,
every school you went to,
gonna be a problem. You trying to get up out of there if you went down there.
Yeah.
But that's just what it is. So you can't then turn and say like, oh, people trying to make us to be like that's what it is. That's how it. That's just what it is.
Law for us.
I remember one JV year we pulled up to Seaford. Right, one JV year we pulled up to Seaford. We because I ain't never I was from the city. I ain't never really heard of Seaford and shit like that. But this was JV, so it wasn't like what I mean. But the rivalry was still heavy. You know what I mean at the time. So
Cambridge and Seaford.
We pull up. Yeah. We pull up. Yeah, we pull up. Man, we pull up. We like, man, we gonna crush them. We looking at the team. We looking at them walking in. We gonna crush them. They like, oh no, y'all ain't playing them. Y'all playing them. Niggas was pulling up in cars and shit. Niggas had full goatees and shit like that, yo. Niggas on the bus. Stupid. Niggas on the bus start getting shook. Motherfuckers ain't want to get off the bus and shit. And I think we ended up losing like 42-13 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That was the last loss we had that year because we went crazy the rest of that year. But man.
Yeah, that's just how. I mean, my opinion is going to be an unpopular one. I get it, but.
I think you made sense.
It's the right
I think you made sense.
You just have to view it. You got to view the whole landscape. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's my opinion. I think the adults have to be adults, and you just can't add to that shit, man. The kids see that shit and think, oh, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's the battery.
That's cool.
You putting the battery. They already charged up. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's unfortunate. I hate to see that.
Right.
But anyway, man, what else is going on, man? I know a subject that Dre might be very, very interested in getting in. This Drake and Mos Def thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. How you feel about what? What you
sure
feel about
ask me?
Mos Def calling Drake music target music? Pretty much elevator music.
You're not lying. I think maybe his tonality and how he said it and smirked and giggled after he said it.
I think he meant deliberately to be disrespectful.
Maybe there's something behind the scenes we don't know about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean? That's true.
So I mean, because I don't see him just doing that. Just I don't know most. So.
I think he was. I think he was irritated for them asking him about Drake in the first place.
I don't think he was. If you listen to the rest of, because that was just a clip. But if you listen to him,
I listened to where he went at. Yeah. Like it was beyond Drake what he was talking about. Yeah,
like it was really like, damn, like it's really more to that. It's just his initial response was the clickbait part, and they used that. But I mean, he's not lying. I mean, it is.
I like what he said with talking about the whole infrastructure of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and things of that nature, and the things that he got into. So he took it way beyond Drake.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Just focusing mainly on the Drake thing. You know.
I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, it is though. It's not like
what conversation would you be in if they asked, "Is Drake hip hop?" Like what made that come up? You don't think that was a determined question
Well,
that they already
I
was
don't know
going to
how
cover?
it. I don't know the first half of it. I just saw the clip of what she asked that, so I don't know what the lead up was. How did they even? I don't know anything about that part, so I don't know.
I get it. Like she asked him because he is hip hop, and she wanted to know what he thought about it. A lot of people get asked that question about Drake because he's so big to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like they wonder where he would be placed in our world, and he wouldn't be. For one, because he don't write his own rhymes. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's hip hop. But that's not hip hop. You know what I mean? So if you got somebody sitting down saying, you know what I mean, what you saying and shit, like, we don't do that.
Yeah. So I mean, my answer would be no. I don't.
You would say no. You don't think it's hip?
I don't.
Even
think,
when he rap.
I don't think. But that's the thing. So if you ask me, does Drake do hip hop? Can he? Yeah, he can, and he has, because that's what he started as. But he's evolved into something much bigger. He's an artist. So if you're getting a hook from someone, or someone's helping, like you putting things together, that's an artist in general. That's not a hip hop artist, like how we like to say what hip hop is.
Yeah.
Like the essence of hip hop. You sitting there, you crafting your own rhymes yourself.
Yeah.
That's hip hop. So Drake is an artist. So no, he's not hip hop anymore.
And you got your own style too.
Yeah, I mean, but he does have his own.
No.
So is that saying
Who he sounding like?
So is
Fonte.
that,
Huh?
Fonte from Little Brother. That's where he got his whole shit from.
Maybe.
Ain't no maybe.
I say maybe. I mean, it's mad people that do the same
so
thing.
is that saying that anybody that got
good,
that world renowned success or a rap star? Because he's not the only. I mean, he may be the biggest right now, but there's been other stars that got that national. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they grew into something else. Yeah, and
does that make Jay-Z pop?
I don't know.
Because why nobody never asked that question about Jay-Z?
Is Jay-Z hip hop?
No.
Why you think he ain't?
Because he bite off everybody's shit.
I don't know.
Everybody has bitten somebody's shit from now.
Hold on,
time,
though.
man.
Hold on. It's a difference from paying homage to biting people's shit. People don't realize how relevant Ether was. He told the fucking absolute truth, yo. You know what I'm saying? And when he said you went from Big to Irv to Kane, and he bit all that shit. Slick Rick, Big.
But
I'm
talking
like,
more just on the success ladder. I'm not talking about the music itself. I'm talking about just on the success ladder.
I don't think so.
Like say like Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes had that. You remember when Busta Rhymes had that run where 50 Cent had that run to where the music they was making was not necessarily pop music. Well, Busta Rhymes did make some music that seemed kind of poppy. You know what I mean? When he was doing records with Janet Jackson and all that kind of shit. But I've never heard anybody ask that question about
that's still hip hop though.
Well, so what makes what part of Drake's music makes it not hip hop? That's what I'm saying. I know you said it because he doesn't write. You know what I mean? But that's I don't know that because I'm not there.
And he stole somebody else's style for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't respect nothing that nigga do for real. Like it's a mimic. You know what I'm saying? From somebody who should be where he is for real. With talent wise,
so
you know what I mean?
What about Snoop? Because Snoop stole did a whole remake of a song of Slick Rick's. Does that make him a biter?
Nah, I was paying homage. He ain't do it more than
why is he paying homage? But when somebody else recites somebody else's rhymes, it's biting.
Snoop did word for word the entire song.
Not the whole. I mean, he changed a few things.
So
why is that not biting? Why is that not biting? Why nobody ever talks about that? How is that paying homage? I think so. If you say that, then that means that anybody else that says somebody else's rhyme, and, you know what I mean, we know where it comes from. We know the style that he's rapping it in. That I think that's paying homage as well.
That much?
Man, I know a lot of rappers.
They should be getting paid for that shit.
I know a lot of rappers that throw bars from someone that they like.
Yeah.
They might just switch it a little bit, throw it on the end of a verse.
Everybody do it.
He said was like I think. Well,
how much do you do it
in hooks and all of that kind of shit?
Yeah, everybody.
How much do you do it?
I used to do it. My favorite artist, I'm gonna throw it. I mean, I think it's fly. I think it's fire.
Did you do it every song for real?
Every song, nah, not every song. No.
Did you write your own shit?
Yeah, I wrote my own shit.
You your own artist. You
from top to bottom. Everything.
Who you rhyme like?
I rhyme like I always say my cadence is. I got my cadence from Method Man. I love Method Man's cadence. How he stays on beat, different pockets.
Right.
My straight up delivery, so you ain't got to really figure shit out. Is 50 Cent shit, and my introspective or retrospective is Joe Budden. So I'm a mix of all three.
Okay.
But
so I take my favorite pieces of my artists, and I see myself in there, and then I just make my own shit.
But is that biting something? But do you consider that you bit their style?
Bit their style? No, I don't think I bit their style. It's just like seeing somebody that hoop and you like
you're
influenced by.
Yeah, I'm definitely influenced.
Everybody is influenced by somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got their own favorite artist and shit
Yes.
for real. So of course, like if I would, ever be a rapper for real, I would try to rap like Cool G, Nas.
So what's wrong with Drake saying Fontaine? Like, yo, I like that.
I like that
I'm gonna
style.
try to incorporate my own thing into that, and then there's nothing wrong with that.
Now,
took his
to
whole
me,
shit.
biting somebody's style, if you bite their whole style,
Just like 50 Cent is Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think they sound anything
Fuck
alike.
out of here, nigga.
Nah,
I don't think they sound nothing alike.
Hey, that's
So,
not what
I don't
I'm
think
saying.
they sound nothing
I'm not
alike.
saying that they sound alike.
No, what he did was he took his formula.
He
and
called
made
him a bitch.
Yeah, for
it.
doing that.
But then now you
and
do
he,
it.
and he made it, and he did his own thing with it. Made it
Yeah,
better.
nah, that's some.
I mean, I
hoe ass
seen
shit.
it. I seen the play, but hey, he did it better.
That's some whole shit.
And let me wipe out the competition and so
Yeah,
we
he
don't.
did it
So it's no
better.
difference.
Yeah, that's some whole shit.
Yeah.
Do your own thing.
But I don't see that as biting. Now, when you
But
bite somebody,
he also did do his own thing. He incorporated Ja Rule shit, but he also did his own shit. Yes, he did.
This nigga bet him
I
all
don't
the way
think they
down to his
sound nothing.
videos
I don't
and
think they
shit.
sound nothing alike.
not
I
even
don't.
close.
If somebody, I don't. I
Rhyme
think
pattern, nothing is
Ja
alike.
whole
It's just
style.
the-
Like
the
I
hook-
heard nobody that sound like
The
Ja.
hook parts, yes, I give you that. Rhyme pattern, rhyme scheme, they don't rap nothing.
No,
like
they
that.
don't rap nothing
That was
alike.
no, that's not what I'm saying. There was a point where 50 Cent was nice to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he used to be like
it's
on
all
some
about opinion.
lyrical
Yeah,
shit.
he used to
When
be
he was
on that
lyrical,
shit.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then he started dumbing it down and being more straightforward.
The mixtape Ja Rule was fire. You know what I'm saying? Just put it that way. You know what
The
I'm saying?
album Ja Rule was fire.
But then when they started having the beef with each other, you know what I'm saying? Then he turned into him. And then I don't like him no more after that.
You know what Ja did? Ja said on what was his first album? Vinny Vetta.
Vita.
Yo, that shit was fire.
That shit was fire.
shit
But
was
he
dope.
said this ain't getting me the success that I want. So when he started getting with
Yeah, they
when
wanna get
when Irvin them started
mesmerized and all that
when
shit.
Irvin them started pushing him out there, they started getting more commercial success. Once that first joint that he did with Ashanti went. And he said, "Oh, I can do these R&B records,
Yeah.
and that's going to take off. This is going to put me in bigger venues. This is going to put me in bigger cities, and the money is going to be flowing in." That's what he ran with.
Now,
you know what I mean?
and at that point, is he hip hop?
I still consider it hip hop.
Why?
Because R&B has always been in rap as far as hooks and shit.
Because
like
that was him.
When he started singing them
So
songs,
because he wrote his own shit.
That was him.
All right, cool. All right. So if Drake didn't get into this artist pool of different writers and all that shit, he would still be hip hop for you then.
If he wrote his own shit and he had his own style, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
have you ever heard back in the 80s and early 90s of rappers having reference tracks?
What you mean?
And I know this been talked about.
Rappers
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then. Not rappers.
Have you ever heard about rappers having reference
Not
tracks?
rappers. Nah.
You know what I mean?
What you mean reference track?
Like with the whole
like
thing
if I
with,
do if I just want to be a writer behind the scenes, I don't want to be out front. But you got to look and you can be marketable. I write a rap. I lay the rap down and I send it to you. You study it and then you do it.
and you do the same style.
Ghostwriters is everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
but
have
I
you
mean,
ever
like-
heard of?
But the people that
I
they
never
giving it to
heard of
What was,
ain't
the, what was the
hip-hop,
guy named that Meek Mill and them beat up?
Quentin.
Quentin, yeah. Remember when they had the reference
The
track?
one
They
that
had a
was- that
couple,
one that was writing for
2 or
Drake.
3 reference tracks that he had
Yeah,
that Drake
one
was
that- the
taking.
one that was writing
That's
for
what I
Drake.
mean.
10 bands.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that gave Drake the bad rap. You know, from the
Yeah,
jump.
and Meek
You know
Mill
what I
called
mean?
him out for it. Meek was hot about that shit.
Back to the Mos and Drake thing, though. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I
Drake not
consider
hip-hop
Hey,
no more.
I
He's
consider-
evolved
yeah,
into
he
something
pop.
bigger.
He pop.
You know what I mean? He's an artist.
But I tell you what, though,
is Lil Wayne pop.
he better not say nothing.
Who better not say that?
Oh, Drake gonna drop some bars.
He better not get his writing team to say nothing.
His writing team.
I don't know. I've
He
never
gonna eat
seen
every
Mos
last
in
one
battle.
You got a
I
whole
don't know.
rapping team.
I never seen Mos in battle.
We know Mos can go though.
Come
I
on,
know he
man.
can go, but
We
I've
know
never
Mos
seen him
can
in
go.
battle.
We
I've
talk
never
about
seen him in
we talk
battle.
about real MCs right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is
I'm a fan of hip hop. I totally
wanna
understand where
see
you're
it.
coming
I wanna
from.
see it
which is
happen.
when I
I've
sit
never
up tall.
seen Mos in that. I would like to see it.
I want to see it go. I want to see it
It's
happen.
people that's not going to do that shit to themselves. He already lost to Pusha T for real. severely.
But you don't think he going? I think he going to drop some subliminals.
No, I bet
see
you
it
he
coming.
won't. I bet you
I see it coming. He
I
gonna
bet
drop.
you he ain't gonna say nothing.
He
to
might
Mo
not
show.
make a whole
It's gonna be
diss
some
track.
cute little.
Yeah, he's not gonna make a whole diss track with Drake ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, he gonna do
Most
that.
gonna say, nigga.
Drake learned his lesson.
what he
He's
gonna
not going to
say.
make a whole diss track no more. He learned his lesson from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not taking anything away from him because I think he can rap. You know what I mean? As far as when he do rap, but I don't see him going at most. But I want to see it happen. I want to see him do it and I want to see Mos Def's reply because I know.
Yeah.
Hey yo, who gonna respect it?
Who gonna respect what?
Him going at most.
That's probably why he won't do it for real.
I
He
think
might throw a
I'm
little.
saying who gonna respect
I
it?
think
though?
he
Like,
calculated. I
are
think
you
he
gonna take it-
calculated enough. I think he calculated enough to know that when he do it, he gonna go in it heavy. He might call Quentin Miller back up.
Yo,
or something.
fuck out of here. He already lost as soon as you made that phone call. You lost. You might well just.
Look, I'm gonna throw you a couple extra dollars. Just keep this on the hush. Don't put this fucking tracks out there again. Don't leak that shit no more.
Nah, yo, you're not doing that. Don't do that to yourself, yo. For real.
That shit wild though.
Man, I look at artists that evolve like it's just like you used to be nice and ball, but you don't really hoop like that no more. You kind of, but you don't. It don't mean you won't come out back and fuck your son up real quick.
True.
You know what I mean? True. That's how I look at it. Like Drake may not be hip hop,
Your
but
knees don't get bad
but
right
don't get
either.
it fucked up like he won't. Yeah, I'm like he can't get busy though. He still can get busy.
Your knees don't get bad writing.
All right, but that's the
You
same.
will always be
The
nice.
analogy
That's
is
not
good.
true.
As
The
long as you
analogy
an
is
MC,
good.
That's
you
not
always
true.
gonna be nice.
That's not true.
What?
We done seen some MCs that could try to come back out. The Keith Murrays, you know what I mean? We done seen some MCs that we thought was nice.
You think that Keith
try
Murray not nice no more?
Even
Have you heard
respectfully,
his last shit?
Respectfully, the last Rakim effort I heard, I didn't like that
I didn't
shit,
like it
bro.
either. And we
I did
talked
not
about
like
that.
that
remember?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
that
about
shit
that
was
shit.
bad,
yeah.
bro.
To me, I just keep hearing the same. You know what I mean? Like he ain't made no albums in a while, so I can't even
That
say
shit that he tried to do with Dr. Dre, I ain't like none of that shit.
Yeah,
You know,
that-
He didn't either. That's why he left.
Exactly, yeah.
Did they put the shit out?
Nah, but I heard some snippets and shit.
Yeah,
I heard a
that
couple
shit was
joints.
bad, bro.
I ain't like the R. Remember, I told you I ain't like the R album like that. I liked a couple joints off of there, but I ain't like that R
Yeah,
album.
man, I think if you
I didn't
don't-
like it.
I don't know.
He still got classics though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he should.
yeah, that's true.
He
That's
has,
Should've left him right there.
He has
You
several
gotta know when
classics.
to. All right, I'm cool. I'm gonna
And on the real, like if somebody give him a beat, you know what I'm saying? Like he gonna eat it for real. Right now.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of faith in that.
KRS is still, you know what I'm saying,
he
killing
still,
shit.
I mean, he still got some. I mean, but
Kane doing shows. I heard a couple new joints, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
from Kane for real. You know.
remember we had that conversation. Can some of them some '80s rappers still hang with today's rappers, with the ones that spit?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a different era. It's a different type of.
No, look. Who was the
We
guy?
argued about that last time. We argued about that.
Dog, who was
Not Melly Mel, you know, talking about.
His
Yeah,
diss track
get Melly Mel the
against
fuck out of
Eminem?
here.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that
Yo,
bullshit.
stop, yo, stop it, yo.
I turned that shit off so fast.
We talking about Melly Mel though.
Yeah, I laughed so
What
hard at
that
that
mean?
shit. Yeah.
But that like
Was Melly Mel considered one of the nicest back then?
Yes.
All right then.
So you said it's,
But
you,
he
said
didn't- he
it's-
didn't.
you said it's like riding a bike,
But
it's not like riding a bike.
hell
you
no.
But this is what y'all overlooking.
He was riding a unicycle or
I
some
come
shit.
from an era, right? I come from an era where everybody had their own style. Nobody bit off of nobody. That was his style. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But he still could spit. That just was his style. You know what I'm saying? He brought up
Curtis Blow last time. yeah.
audio too. You know what I'm saying? With Milk and Giz and shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That was their style.
Okay.
Who else rhymed like Giz and Milk? Who else rhymed like MC Light? Who else rhymed like LL? You know what I'm saying?
What is the point here?
Everybody had their own style. So like that was Melly Mel style. How you gonna come at Eminem with that type of style versus that style?
Yeah, so he got to know better. As
Yeah,
an
exactly.
MC, as an artist, you got to know better. This
So-
fucking ha ain't gonna get it.
No, it's not. Like we didn't even pay that shit no mind. Like the
This
shit
might
was a fucking
this might be
meme
a
and shit
crazy
for real. It was
question
a
to
joke.
ask, but I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah.
Do you think that if Rakim was to go at Eminem and Eminem was to come back, do you think that Rakim can still spit with Eminem right now? Honestly,
To me, what Rakim is going to say, yes. Versus what Eminem is going to say, you know what I'm saying? Their style is completely different. Like they don't even match for real. But I will tell you that Black Thought will eat him. Frau Monch will eat him. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Cool G, like all of them niggas, you know what I mean, still will give it to him for real.
it's the reason why a lot of niggas ain't going at him like that.
What he gonna
It's
say?
a reason. It's a reason.
What he gonna say?
He gonna say everything that he said about the niggas that everybody.
I'm gonna tell you what he gonna say. He gonna say, I got so much respect for you, and I know your potential. I'm not even going. You know what I'm saying? Like, look who he's dissed in his career.
Who?
Britney Spears.
Eminem. No, I mean, he just
Who has he dissed? Okay,
Pop stars and Ja Rule.
Yeah.
like my niggas, yo,
Benzino.
my niggas go at whole crews by themselves.
But on the other hand,
Nas versus
on the other hand, you
Rockefeller.
ain't seen a lot of people jump out there with him either. You haven't seen a lot of people jump out there with him.
With Eminem,
Yeah, you haven't.
what he gonna say?
What you mean?
He's gonna say a lot.
It's a lot of people that he gonna eat. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing from him for real. You know what I'm saying? But it's certain people that he know he not even gonna fuck with for real.
Well, that's anybody. Any rapper can say that about another.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
think a
So
lot
he
of
asked
rappers
me the
pick and
question:
choose.
is it
I think a
people
lot of
from back
rappers-
in the day that can still fuck with people nowadays? Where you think them niggas got this shit from?
Man, that shit don't matter,
That,
bro.
that don't mean shit.
That don't matter.
Yeah, that don't mean shit.
I-
It's
look.
some niggas out that's nice as shit for real. I'm gonna
Right.
give you that.
At one
Right.
point in
And
time,
and because they got it from somewhere, don't mean where they got it from. They can't wash
Yeah.
the nigga where they got it from.
I'm trying to tell you,
That's just evolution. That's just
they
life.
gonna go at the majority. But that 5% nigga, they not gonna touch it. I'm telling you.
Duh, I think that's just
They can't touch
some
it.
prideful, I'm
No.
an elder type shit.
Yeah,
like
that's what
I'm
it
a
is.
realist. I'm nice, right?
Right.
I'm nice.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the basketball analogy. I was a hooper. I could hoop for real.
Mm-hmm.
My age right now, my son's age right now, I would wash my son just because that's just me.
I would too, yeah.
Now, as I get older, my son is gonna eventually be able to wash me up. Chris probably thinks he can do it right
You
now.
talking about something physical. We not talking about a pen.
Okay, all right, cool.
I would think
Cool.
the
We're
only,
not
way,
gonna
the only
talk- we're
reason
not
I
talking
would
about
think
a
that he
pen.
could probably do it now is because he's in shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not saying that you're not in shape, but
Yeah.
the shape that he may be in now,
Yeah.
he's running up and down the court right now.
But he made a
You know
good
what I mean?
point.
So
that's a
We
physical
not
thing. So
talking,
let's
we
remove a
not
physical
talking
thing.
about a pen.
All right, so let's remove a physical thing. So
as
it
far
is-
as skill wise,
it's
it might
quite
be a
possible.
different. Yeah,
It's quite because I think thinking and lyrics is
he may
more
shoot
of
from
a,
outside a little better than
more
you
of
do.
a level playing field versus something physical.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that
Yeah.
aspect.
That's on some karate Abbott shit for real. You're not gonna beat
it's
that
still
nigga and he
possible.
170.
It's still possible, dog.
You're not gonna beat him.
What?
The nigga with the white eyebrows that's way down here and the white hair up in the ponytail and shit for real, sitting on the motherfucking throne. He 180 on the fucking karate flick.
We're talking about movies and shows.
All right.
But this is what I'm saying.
But you're saying you're saying
You'll
something more
never
of a
beat
thing.
your teacher.
Eventually, the student
I don't think
always
that's
gets
true.
good enough to beat the
I don't
teacher.
think that's true.
For
so
the
person
majority,
that taught us-
it's
listen,
not
listen,
true.
listen,
Let
the
me
person that taught
give
you how
you
to play
something.
chess. You never beat them?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, right?
If the student doesn't get good enough to ever beat the teacher, then the teacher
You a
didn't do his
shitty
fucking
teacher.
job.
No, that's some bullshit.
Then the teacher. That's how I feel.
It depends on what
it's
subject
like
it is.
with your kids. When you teach a kid something, you teach a kid something so they can become
To be
better,
better
than you.
than you.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
You don't teach them to be on the level that you, or to teach them
Or keep
just
them
to get to
somewhere.
the
If I'm one of the
below
greatest
you.
rappers and have been for 30, 40, 50 fucking years and shit for
Somebody
real.
gonna
You'll
come take
never.
your head
No,
off.
you're not.
Somebody gonna
that's
do it.
You're not.
bullshit.
No, you're not.
That's
You're never.
bullshit.
All
That's
right.
bullshit. You gonna be Melly
I mean,
Mel?
Yeah, you gonna be Melly Mel.
No. Yeah, hey yo.
You ain't gonna lift some weights or something.
Melly
now.
Mel.
He'll
Me.
fuck Eminem up. He'll fuck Eminem up. If they fight, yeah. He'll clothesline the shit out of Eminem ass. You know what I'm saying? He'll fight on the stage.
Nigga, you got it from me.
You come with that hip hoppity
fuck
shit
outta
if you
here.
want to. Y'all ain't
Melly
gonna
Mel.
get his ass washed.
Melly Mel ain't in nobody's top 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But why do we still hold the greats? And the greats, like, I don't even like to compare them to the newer niggas because they already carved their way, and at that point in time they became a legend. I don't like to compare the legends to the new niggas, you know, in a sense, because the game has evolved so much. Hip hop has evolved so much, and like you said, the cadences, the rhyme patterns
Yeah,
has
man.
evolved
It's all-
so much.
it's all
They
in what
would
you
not
like.
be able to keep up with that shit unless they're still active to this day,
Yep, and still do
writing
shit,
and still
yeah.
doing it to this day. They
And
would not be able to keep up
it's a
with
lot
what's going
of
on
them that are
today.
still active to this day.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I ain't heard Rakim
but-
spit a word
but-
in years.
That's true. He'll give you a freestyle here and there every now and then, but he hasn't really actively put anything out.
I love
that I can
Rakim,
say
but I
anything
think
about,
right
you know
now
what I'm
he
saying?
will get washed. If one of them lyrical
Yeah,
niggas
I don't
come
think
out,
so.
I think he will get washed.
better chill out. The R better chill out.
Yeah, rest.
Much respect. You know what I mean?
R stands for rest.
If Donnie will see this, I'm sorry, brother. I'm just saying. The R better relax.
Yeah,
Donnie is a hip hop connoisseur.
I think he'll get washed. I ain't gonna lie.
R better relax.
I think Karis want to get washed.
Yeah.
I think he'll get, and I like Karis one. And he's still spitting. He's still nice, but he come with that bum stickity bum shit if he want to.
The Karis one is the lyrical teacher.
No, I'm just
You talking about Dr. Effects?
Yeah,
because you know they showed you their skills after them first couple albums.
Yeah,
shit,
they,
right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
but,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like we're not talking about nobody that can't spit and can't rhyme and shit for real. They just had their own style.
Yeah.
So when you have to basically like compare styles for you to even have a matchup like that for real.
If I go back to the basketball analogy, you'd be the old head hacking these young boys.
Oh no, I still got it.
Oh, Bill Lambier ass nigga. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't no foul. Ain't no foul. Word.
Well, my socks way up
Yeah,
there.
hacking the shit out of them young boys, cooking your ass. You fouling.
I got my motherfucking Converse weapons on and shit for real. What you want nigga?
Now I'll give it to them old heads because if they was able to do the shit that they was able to do in them Converse and shit, if they had today's shoes, air bubbles and shit, them niggas is dunking and shit. Them niggas is dunking and shit without air bubbles and shit like that. Magic, Dominique would give somebody the business. He would give him some motherfucking.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean?
What Dominique had on some Avias?
Dominique had his own shit.
He wore Brooks.
Yeah, he had his own.
Brooks.
He had his own shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And them shits was flat as a motherfucker. They ain't had no bubbles or nothing.
Converse,
Them shits.
you feel every stone, feel everything.
What do you think about kids playing in low top shoes now?
They don't like their ankles.
Man, I couldn't do it.
They don't like their ankles.
You think that's the reason why
That's
you getting so many?
KD
Yeah.
came out with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Kyrie, all them niggas do that shit for real. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's why we getting so many injuries this day and time? Way more injuries than you heard of back in the day. Because you didn't hear about that many injuries back in the day. I hate to sit here and talk about a bunch of back in the day shit, but we old, we old niggas. We old niggas. Yeah.
The old man.
It's the old head compact.
Nah, I don't know why motherfuckers get
3
injured
the
like
old
that.
way.
The game is just advancing. You know what I mean? Medicine got to keep up. Equipment got to keep up. Certain, you know what I mean?
And the
like back in the day, niggas wasn't doing half the shit.
6 to 8 weeks.
The exercises are different. The strengthening, the conditioning, everything is different.
Man. Yeah. Now you got athletes that's 6'9" and up doing the same thing of 5 whatever guards doing. You know what I mean?
All
back then, them 6 whatever them niggas couldn't do shit.
So let me ask you this:
Manute Bol wasn't doing the windmills on no motherfucking body.
Let me ask you this then. You know what I'm saying? You know, we old niggas, right? So we can go pull an old nigga back. And
You're a little older than we are.
Yeah,
let's stipulate
You're welcome.
that. Yeah, let's make sure we stipulate.
Embrace the wisdom.
Don't get it convoluted.
Embrace the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Don't worry about it. Embrace the wisdom.
All right.
But we just was talking about like the better medicine, the better strength and regiments, and you know what I mean, shoes, and you know what I mean, blah,
Conditioning
blah, blah.
all together. Yeah.
Right. So take like the greatest and put him here.
With that conditioning and stuff. I mean, you don't know.
And then don't forget the game too. Now
That's all hypothetical though.
you breathe on him as a foul.
Yeah, it was a lot harder back then. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you got to think about it. These kids, the moves that they making now, the shit that you see them doing with this basketball now. You know what I mean? It's a different type of game, man.
Yeah, some players just transcend.
Football
man.
and basketball.
You can put them in any era and they would still be fun.
They just got.
It's a select few.
They just got different style dunks. They still doing the same shit. God damn it. They just got 7'2" motherfuckers shooting threes. 7'5". How tall is Wemby? 7'5".
Like 7'12".
Shooting trees.
7'11".
Shooting trees. 2 steps inside of the 3-point line. He take 2 steps and dunking. He beating your shit for real from like the top of the glass.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, pause.
Like,
Nigga, pause. Heavy pause.
What?
Jesus Christ.
anyway, y'all. I told you I don't even think like that.
That was a flagrant foul, nigga.
I don't give a fuck.
Wemby, that was a flagrant foul on Wemby, nigga.
That's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's for y'all. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I can't wait to see his game, you know what I mean, progress for
a couple more years.
Oh my! And he stay healthy.
Yeah.
If he stay healthy, yo,
Yeah,
pick up a little bit of weight.
but that's, again, like that type of that height and them knees, man, that shit gonna be
when the miles get on her, you
That
gotta
shit
see
gonna
how
be-
what happens
Yeah,
when he
man.
get those miles on his legs. You know what I
he
mean?
gonna end up. Well, I hope not, but like George Marathon, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fucking 14
Yeah.
knee braces on.
Look at Yao.
Yeah.
His career should have been longer.
but Yao
for
was
real.
heavy though. Yao was
Yeah,
300 pounds. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Wimby weighed about like what, 178.
Nah, he ain't that light.
Is he
bro.
200 pounds?
Stop
Yeah,
it,
man,
yo.
he's 7 foot, bro. Yeah, he over 200
He looked
pounds.
like one of these mic stands.
Yeah, but the motherfucker, he's like, yo, 177. That was like a
That nigga like a mic
motherfucker,
stand.
yo.
I'm
Nah.
telling you, man.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
I think he bigger than Durant.
Yeah.
He be taller than Durant. I don't
think
think
he's
he's
more
thicker
Oh,
than
he's not
Durant.
bigger than Durant. No.
Nah, he's
You don't
not
think
thicker than
so?
Durant. No, I
think
don't
so,
think so.
yeah.
Like Durant be down there banging
And
with him
then
for
I
real.
think Bol Bol even smaller than he is.
I think Bol
I
Bol and
think Bol
Durant the
Bol's even
same.
thinner than he is. Cause you know shit.
they not Durant though.
Bol Bol's dad, Manute Bol, wasn't that, you know what I mean? And his knees still went bad. And he played for a long time too.
Yep.
He played for a long time. His knees
Bol
still
taught
went
his
bad.
son, and his son will beat the shit out of
Yeah,
him.
he will
right
punish.
now.
Yeah, he will punish him.
I'm just circling back. I'm just circling
Even
back. with
if
Prince.
they were
That's
the
all I'm
same
doing.
age, he will punish Manute Bol.
Yeah.
If they were the same age, because he way more athletic.
Man, y'all
he a better
crazy,
shot.
yo.
Bruh, see?
Man, are you serious?
I'm a Wizards fan. I'm a Wizards fan. I seen Manute Bol play live. His son will punish his ass. If they was-
Beat the shit out of his dad.
he would
man.
dunk on him. He would move. He would go all around. He had better handles, so he would go all around him. He a better shooter. He way
Hey, yo.
more better athletically. You know what I mean?
Manute
Bol
played.
gonna foul the shit out of him every single time. Every time.
He played in that era though. He couldn't flourish.
Do
Is
do kids go?
West Virginia's
Do
right.
kids go to college and play both ways? I know the seasons always intertwine. Football and basketball always intertwine with each other.
I don't
But who do you know that played?
I know who was in college that
Peppers.
played football and basketball.
Julian Peppers. He played both ways.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he
Yep.
played both ways.
There was another one too.
From Ohio State.
I
he ended
can't-
up playing basketball.
I wanna say his last name was
Charlie
Curry.
Ward. Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward did
Charlie
for
Ward.
Florida
Remember,
State.
he was a quarterback. And,
Remember-
and he was a quarterback.
I want to say his name was Ronald Curry from Tar Heels too. You know, he was a Raiders quarterback at one point.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
So he was a point for the Tar Heels, and then when he got drafted,
I remember Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward won the Heisman.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman in when they
that's
played
right,
to play
yeah.
basketball. Yeah.
Yeah, I could that just that load of work and commitment in college. That's a lot of shit, bro.
I can
Jackson.
understand baseball and football is
Yeah,
too.
'cause
Yeah,
yeah, but that's
baseball
a lot.
and football.
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
ain't
then
been
you
many.
conditioning. You to be conditioned for two different sports is a lot.
You know, Randy Moss played basketball too. With
I know. I seen Jason Williams throwing them alley oops.
Yeah, and
I
then
forgot they was out there.
Yeah, and Jason Williams throwing them alley oops in high school and shit.
Iverson played quarterback in high school.
They
Yeah,
Iverson,
that's high school. Though. I mean,
Yeah.
college though. That's what I was trying to think.
yeah. College be a different. It's a different monster. Playing both ways in college is a different monster.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about Let me change the subject. What do y'all think about Snoop Dogg turning down $100 million
For OnlyFans?
to pull his dick out on OnlyFans?
I applaud him.
I don't know.
Integrity is everything.
Shit.
Yeah, nah. I'm
crazy.
not. I'm just not him for real.
Man,
I
fuck
think
that.
his brand is bigger than.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah,
I can understand why he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a
And,
nigga
like,
that
no,
already
you
got
got-
$100 million, I mean, if a nigga already got 100 or 200 million, I don't know his net worth, but
Yeah,
I can understand
his
what
brand
that.
is
His hand,
bigger than
everything.
that
Yeah,
100 mil. And I mean, I always look at, especially as I've matured, like I look at shit like, I mean, I got kids, dog. Like, I'm not finna do no weird shit.
We grown now, man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shakur, Kenyatta, Lavelle, Zay.
Yeah, Lord,
This
here we go.
motherfucker, yeah.
Listen,
I'm
y'all
like,
just
look,
gonna have to
something-
understand.
yeah,
Close
yeah,
your eyes
yeah,
when my
yeah.
dick come
Something
on.
came
Yeah, yeah. Look.
Just close your
Look,
eyes.
we about to be rich, bitches. I tell you, look, we about to be rich. Your dad about to do something. Matter of fact, I don't have to explain shit to y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Just come get your
But I shit
check.
to y'all niggas.
I'll give y'all a million
I don't
apiece.
think your brand is online with Snoop's. Though.
No. So I don't have that much to lose.
So you hey, listen,
Yeah. My
listen,
businesses and my
I did it for
clients
the
and shit
greater
like
good
that.
of us.
I'm gonna go to my clients and tell them, look, I'm gonna go to my clients and be like, look, I might not need y'all no more after this.
Yeah,
Some other
You know
people
what I
coming
mean?
to work.
circumstances, man.
I go to anybody I'm in business with right now. And look, I
Some
might
other
not need
people
y'all no
coming.
more after this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Snoop,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
man,
no.
chill out.
Here's your replacement.
I seen somebody say, well, maybe he didn't do it because his shit was small and he didn't want the embarrassment.
Hey, man, I don't know.
I ain't gonna show you niggas my 3.
I'd have took about a good 50,000 of that 100 mil and got my shit enhanced.
Yeah, this nigga's wild, man.
Yeah, integrity is
Niggas get their teeth
very
fixed
low.
every day. If you get your teeth fixed, then you will go get your dick fixed. That's how I feel.
You
Man,
know,
niggas
That's
get
how I
a-
feel.
I ain't mad.
Niggas get a whole mouthful of 2 front teeth. Man. They don't even get the assorted pack.
Some of them
They
veneers
just-
be looking crazy as
They
shit.
just get the whole mouthful
actually-
of 2 front teeth.
I actually was gonna get a consultation for that shit before, but my insurance wasn't gonna cover that
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Make sure you get
that
the
shit is expensive.
assorted pack.
That shit is expensive.
I mean, hey, we get to an age where they fall out. That's all.
Yeah.
Especially if you ain't take care of them motherfuckers. And look how many people walking around here and shit brown and shit for real.
when I went to the dentist, maybe like the last time I went to the dentist, but one time I went to the dentist 20 years ago. They had to pull a couple teeth because of my gums. And
Right.
it was like eventually all your teeth gonna fall out. I was
Yeah.
like, damn. He's like, it's not gonna happen no time soon. I was like, damn. So I was thinking by the time I turned 40, I was gonna lose all my shit. You know what I mean? But my shit's still holding on strong. The ones that's left still holding on strong. You know what I mean?
That's all you can do, brush
Yeah.
them. One of these days, they're going to be like, yeah, sir, we're going to set you up.
The
for an
craziest shit is
appointment.
I've never had a cavity.
Word.
Yeah. And I'm missing a few teeth up the top, you know what I mean? But I've never had a cavity. My shit because of my receding gums and shit like that. But I never had a cavity.
Your wisdom
Ever.
teeth came in?
Oh, them shits got pulled.
Word. You got your wisdom
They was
teeth.
fucking my
still
jaw.
got
That's
all my
what,
teeth. I
that's
ain't
what
never
pushed
had-
all my shit.
I ain't never
That's
had
what
no
pushed all my
issues.
shit
Me neither,
over. Yeah.
I've never had that.
That's what
issue.
pushed all my shit over. My shit came early. I had to get them pulled early when I was like, maybe like, I want to say
My shit, they
11,
back there
12.
chilling.
Yeah.
They good.
Everybody don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I
you know
don't
what
even think
mean?
I got nothing for it.
That's them little jaw ass niggas, you know what I mean? They got to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
But they supposed to be big. And you ain't say pause yet?
So if you had the money and you would get the veneers?
Yeah, I would.
I was thinking about it.
I'm
I've
gonna
been
have
thinking
the money
about it.
when it
Yeah.
comes time for it. You know what I'm saying?
I've been thinking about it. But I ain't getting them big ass motherfucking bathroom towels looking shit.
Them shits look crazy.
They'll
man.
just be looking wild on some people,
Them
boy. They
shit
get
like
them extra
these-
larges.
they look like
Hey,
these
yo.
camera lights, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, you remember that Tony
curly
Baker?
white ass motherfuckers.
You remember that Tony Baker voiceover he did when the donkey came to the?
Oh yeah,
That's how
niggas be looking like Mr. Ed out there, bitch, boy.
He's like, you shit.
It all depends, like, because if you plan on being in the limelight like that, you know what I mean. But everybody know you got your shit fixed, so it don't even matter. It don't matter. We know how your shit look
I don't
before. We
give
know
a
how your
fuck.
shit look before you got a couple dollars. you
Everything
know?
I do is for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what would make me.
Well,
feel
that poses a
comfortable.
question, right?
There we go.
That poses a question. What is it about you that you see about, and it could be any part of your body, you know what I mean?
Right.
That you would get fixed, or part of your face, your nose, your ears,
Or get fixed.
that you would get altered.
Oh no, nothing.
It is what it is, man.
I'm straight, yo.
You wouldn't get lipo or anything like
This nigga
that.
said life.
Nah, I mean, I ain't really out of control.
Niggas is
it's
getting
just-
lipo now, yeah. I'm telling
It's
you,
just,
man.
it's just a,
Niggas
just a
getting
matter
lipo
of
now.
discipline and hitting the gym. I ain't out of
Yeah.
control. Like
That shit free, though.
I can still tie my shoes. I can still see my feet.
Some
Like,
people
I'm-
got
you know what
some
I mean?
people got interest in businesses and shit. They might be able to get. They're trying to get to quicker. They don't want to put in that work. You know what I mean? To lose, like, I got a lot of belly fat. You know what I mean? That's where it seems like all my weight go to. You know what I mean? My legs are not that super big for my, and I'm tall, so it don't look as bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I got a lot. When I take my shit off, my shit is wiggly. You know, it's mushroom. It's mushroom looking. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I be looking at myself and I be disgusted with myself sometimes. I be like, nigga, and I go to the gym.
This nigga go to bed
I eat
depressed.
good. Yeah.
Like, God damn.
I eat good, you know what I mean? But I go
Yeah.
to the gym and I don't feel like I'm in bad shape. I can run on the treadmill. I can run, you know what I mean? I can jog for a couple miles on the treadmill and all that. I don't get winded
shit.
when I go up steps or nothing like that. And I weigh 300 pounds. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but like if I wanted to take the time out to do it, I don't know. I can't necessarily say that I wouldn't.
I understand
To
that.
shave off some time, you know what I mean? Because for me to lose this much, it'll take at least a couple years.
No, it's not.
Probably a year,
unless I eat
maybe 6 months.
All you got to
I would
do
have
for
to
real
cut
is
my
one.
motherfucking calories
First
down
of all,
by 1,500
calories
calories.
on so I can hear myself. We don't want to hear nothing Dre has to say about nothing about weight. Nothing. This man been the same size since middle school. We don't want to hear that shit.
Since middle
Your
school.
metabolism is fast as fuck, and we don't give a shit about no advice that you had because it ain't. You ain't got the same.
Yeah, you
body.
can't tell. Yeah,
Okay, you don't have the same issues.
Yeah.
I'm still like 205. I was 235 one time.
Yeah, if I was 205, I look like Wimby right now. Yeah,
205.
I look like Bol Bol.
Like Bambi.
I look like Bol Bol. Yeah. Last time when I came home from prison, I was 197, 200. Man, I was shredded like a box
What
of
you
mini
talking
wheats.
about though? Like I was like that was the 172 range and shit. I was that for. I was that for real till 2010, and then I quit smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Some crack.
Cigarettes, nigga.
Oh. You gotta stipulate what it
smoke
was.
crack.
that you- Yeah,
she
yeah,
think
you gotta stipulate
pick
that.
way to
Yeah,
stop either or.
She think I keep it
we
clear.
gotta be clear here.
You gotta stipulate that.
No,
You
I
can't
still-
just say, "Oh, I stopped smoking."
I still got
and
the
then,
crack
like,
pipe
you know
and
what I mean?
shit. I still got the crack pipe and you know what I'm
So,
saying?
but
in
I
the
mean,
glove
with the
compartment.
main thing that definitely helps is just alcohol consumption, dog.
Oh yeah, now that was what
That
it was
right
for
there,
me.
that-
Yeah,
that'll swell
that's
all
what it
over
was for
y'all.
me.
Yeah.
And I don't drink
see-
no
you see
more. I
what-
just
you see
stopped.
what he
So
did? You see
yeah,
what he did?
I just stopped.
No, I don't for real.
Oh, well, that's right. Yeah, you don't. Okay.
Occasionally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It give me migraines now though. So you got to be like a special person for me to take a shot with you now. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. Damn, what's this? Like the lady that had you over and told you that you was the one. I'm trying to remember the story. Who said that?
I was the one.
She told you. She told you that. You know what I mean? I can't remember the story.
That
Good.
you wasn't doing something right.
Yeah.
That's right. You might have needed some hymns or something. Or it's on the old pod.
Yeah, we can move
pod. Yeah, it's on the old
y'all
show. On the
got
old
me thinking for
show.
real,
On the old show. We don't. Yeah.
It was the old show.
It was a couple people, but it wasn't me though.
Damn, it was a
wasn't
couple
me.
people.
Yeah,
Oh, I read.
it was a couple people.
You got to stipulate more, boy. You be too vague in your description
That's
sometimes. boy.
them though. They ain't me.
Yeah, I already say, boy, you be too vague in your
said I
description
need some
sometimes. Yeah. You ever tried any of them shits?
Yeah,
I think we talked about it before.
I do it for fun.
With hymns?
Honey pack.
The honey pack? I tried the honey pack before.
It's been a minute.
That
for
shit
real,
work
but
at gas station shit?
Yeah. Oh, no, I ain't get mine at the gas station.
Ain't that
I
where
got
they
it
at?
at the sex store.
Honey pack.
They got them at the gas station?
I thought that's where they
I
was
seen
at.
the rhino pills at the gas station, but I ain't never seen the honey
Motherfuckers
packs
just be
ones.
taking pills from the gas station. Number one, that's wild.
I
to
ain't
me.
taking nothing from the gas
I
station.
tell you what.
I barely want to buy my sodas and shit from
You know
there.
who taking them mostly for real? You know who taking them mostly?
Women.
Nah.
What, honey pack?
Yeah, I'm like
The kids?
Oh, them young
shit
niggas.
that
The
help
kids?
you.
Yeah, them young
Yeah,
niggas.
young
Yeah.
niggas doing.
I wish I didn't, man, I didn't need none of that shit.
Yo, I seen like
In my 20s, I wish I
And
would
the
have
wind
needed a fucking
blowing.
honey
Like, what?
pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep. Yeah, what you doing?
one day I seen like 10 dudes walking the gas station for real. You know what I'm saying? They walk straight in like how they got the counter up high. You know what I'm saying? So they up here, the people behind the counter up here, and then they got the counter, and then they got the glass joint in the front, and the
Where you
whole
can see
fucking
everything.
glass front is
It's all
dick
honey
pills.
packs. Oh, god
Yeah,
damn.
all
That shit is crazy.
all kinds of flavors, yo. They walked in, yo. What's up, Poppy? Hey, yo. Let me get 4 of them. You know what I mean?
The y'all I mean?
What do you need that for, young boy?
At 20 years old?
That's crazy.
Oh my god, yo.
That's crazy.
I'd have been destroying shit out that motherfucker if I needed it. I don't need that shit.
Well, I'd be like this, boy, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta pee.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you having those type of issues in your 20s, boy, then something wrong.
They had to be teen 18 to 24.
Yeah,
it was
that's
like 10 of them. Like I'm not exaggerating now. It was like 10 of them for
It's
real.
some
Like they
nasty
walked
niggas.
in like the mob for real.
Some nasty niggas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, word, yo.
Niggas better get their confidence together. Shit.
I did
Ended
see
on
it.
a spicy note. Turn it up for the last 30.
So
What we got?
y'all wouldn't change nothing on yourself? You wouldn't
Nope,
change
I'm
nothing?
cool.
Yeah, I'm
Teeth,
straight.
nothing, finger, that extra toe you got or anything like that?
You
Good.
said that extra.
You ever had a girl that had that was missing a toe or something like that?
My sister was well, not missing.
I said a girl. I don't want.
Yeah, man, we went straight to. Man, my sister got a.
Yeah, you putting your sister out there like you don't let her watch this shit. She
Nah.
was like, yeah.
Yeah, I might shouldn't say that. And shit.
Yeah, I already said you gonna make somebody mad on this
Yes,
one.
sir.
Tell her to put in the comments how she feel. Yeah, tell her to put in the comments how she feel about it.
Fuck you, Andre.
I seen a thing where the porn star or ex-porn star, I don't know if she still do porn. The girl Mia Khalifa, you familiar with her?
Ooh,
Mia Khalifa, Arabian looking. I don't know what her nationality is, but with a name like Khalifa, she's
she's
Arabian or from the Middle East or something like that.
She's from
Middle Eastern. I think she was doing a podcast or something like that where she said being in the army is worse than being on OnlyFans.
What you mean? How? What way?
She was saying because when you were in the army or something like that, you selling your body to the government.
Shut the fuck up.
what?
I can't argue with what she's saying.
Your body is sold the minute you're born. As soon as you get a social security number, you
Whoa,
get property.
whoa! I don't like the way that
I'm
sounded.
just saying. As soon as you get a social security number, you
That's
government
true.
property
That's true.
anyway.
That's true. That's
so
true.
what the fuck is she talking about?
Is that worse than being on OnlyFans though? You've been
It
in the
depends on what you
military.
on OnlyFans
You've
for.
been in the military. So
Yeah.
how was it when you was in the military? Did you feel like that you was? I don't want to say sold because
Hold up.
saying a black man's being sold is like selling your body or something like
Yeah,
different.
So
but
she was in the army.
I don't know if she was in the military or not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
she talking about then?
Nobody knows
For
what the
her
fuck
to
she
make that
talking
statement,
about.
she had to.
That's
She
the
must have had to
dumbest
be in the
comparison
military.
ever. It depends on what you're doing on OnlyFans. I don't know what. I guess she's doing
well,
that
you
type
know,
of
she
content.
yeah,
All right.
she's a porn star.
So
She
I
was a
guess,
porn star.
so is she trying to like defend OnlyFans? Like, well, it's just like the army. The army's even worse. Is that what she's trying
That's
to do?
what she was pretty much saying.
She's full
yeah.
of shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
don't wanna hear that
That was
shit, man.
weird. That was weird to me. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't like the comparison. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
She also said that she was like forced into, you know what I mean?
porn?
Yeah.
How?
Pretty much. I guess like peer pressure from some guy she met when she came here. You know what I mean? I don't know the full story or whatever, but
How do you feel about that? People saying they've been forced into something. It wasn't physically. Like, unless it's physically, I don't think nobody's been forced into anything. Unless you put into like a certain predicament, like you either do this or else type situation. But if any of the physical, and not victim shaming or anything like that, because I don't know the story behind that. But I don't feel like if nobody forces something that has to be physical, correct?
I think you're speaking from a place of where you are mentally and how mentally tough you are.
Right.
I think that's where you're speaking from.
That's what I was
I'm
about
a
to say.
mentally fucked up individual.
But you know better than
I'm not
to
gonna
let
disagree
I
somebody.
try not to play. I try not to play the mental role, but mentally I'm fucked up. I try to keep it together.
Who gonna make you do
I do a
something
good
you don't
job
wanna
of
do,
keeping
though?
it together, huh?
Who gonna make you do something you don't
But that's what
wanna
I'm
do,
saying. Like, what's the difference? Like, when somebody said it was forced into something,
Yeah, I
like,
think
what
y'all
does
are
that mean? Is
speaking
that
from-
physical?
I mean, it can
You can mentally force somebody into something.
you can manipulate a situation. You can do a lot of things.
Manipulation
Yeah,
is
man.
different. That's not force.
It
Force
kinda
is
can
something
be.
that's
Manipulation
You
can
don't
be
have a
force.
choice.
Manipulating somebody into doing something to where they don't have a choice is a form of force.
Yeah, I mean, just think where she came from, and then she came here, and then she probably didn't know how things was here, and then she met somebody that.
Did she get into porn over there, or did she first get
No,
into porn here?
she better not do that shit over there.
Well,
You
I
don't think they got porn over there? You crazy?
Okay,
I done seen
think
some.
you allowed
I done
to do
seen.
that shit.
right.
I,
That's
shit.
what I'm saying.
Y'all porn search must not be as extensive as mine.
No, that shit is done here, though.
I see a lot of porn across seas.
Yeah, I see it too.
I see a lot of that shit.
Where they
It's
at?
different.
though?
Africa, Indian,
See, but watch this, though.
Middle Eastern.
But where they at? Ain't none of this round though.
They might be. They might be in the
they be in
pyramid.
huts.
They might be in the pyramid or
Dirt
something like that.
Nah, they not nowhere. Nah, they be in the alleys.
I'm pretty
and
sure
shit
when they found
sometime.
Bin Laden, they found him with a couple holes down that mug. You know what I mean? So
Look how
said a
much we
couple
just
of
straight
those.
right off. We just straight right. But yeah, I think people can be
yeah,
forced
they
into
got.
doing
They, believe
things.
me, they got porn in the Middle East. It ain't. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah, you better be very
think
well
people can be
hidden.
forced into doing things without physical.
Give me an example of that. Give me an example of where you can force somebody mentally into doing something.
I mean, there's a lot of people like
And
you
I'm
said.
not talking about like somebody young,
like what
where,
he was
you know
saying.
what I mean? I understand that. Like somebody
It doesn't
young.
even have to be young. It could be a circumstance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You could be going through something, and then you got somebody that's making you feel good, but at the same time telling you something that they probably shouldn't be telling you. You know what I'm saying? And then you going along with it because you think this person cares
Is
about
that
you.
force though? Like you said, that's
it's-
manipulation.
It's a form of force.
That's
Yeah,
manipulation,
you know what I'm saying?
but it's not force. Let's look up the definition. Let me look up the definition of force.
I think it's a form of if I'm in a position to where you need something from me in order for you to get somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and unless you do X, Y, and Z, you're not gonna get what you need.
That's forceful.
So that's kind of
That's more of an ultimatum, though, right?
Ultimatum, I think all that aligns into the same. Now she can walk away, but she's gonna walk away into some shit to where
that's worse.
It may be detrimental to her life.
The definition of force is, this is Oxford dictionary definition.
Oh, it's true if it comes from
strength or energy as an attribute of physical action or movement. That's what I'm saying. It has to be now.
Energy.
It has to
A
be
second
more
one
than one.
is coercion or compulsion, especially with
coercion.
the use of
Exactly.
threat or violence.
Exactly.
So if somebody threats you, but it has to be like a physical. I guess it don't have to be a physical
It
threat.
don't have to be.
Okay, so if they say, okay, I'm gonna tell on you if you don't. Okay,
Extortion,
okay,
that type of shit,
I get it now.
yeah.
But as far as I know, I thought force had to do something more with strength than anything else. You know what I mean? So
No, it's not. You don't have to grab somebody by their neck and make them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can give them an offer that they can't refuse, like so to speak. Or
but when somebody say that I was forced into porn, that sounds more physical than anything.
no.
I mean, initially,
Or
that's
if
where
it's
your
like,
mind would
because if
go.
it's like, okay, I'm gonna kick you out my fucking house if you don't. You know what I mean?
It's a way
Get
that
naked or whatever, not or something like that. Is that a term of force? Because you
could've-
still have a choice.
I mean,
he could've
the raw. Go ahead.
he could have introduced it to her. You know what I'm saying? But he could have made it sound like it was like a good thing, or you know what I mean? No.
That's not force.
Like
All right.
do it. The most people do it by saying, "You're beautiful. You have a nice body. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
You can make X amount of money selling. You know what I mean? Doing
Mm-hmm.
porn." And they probably make it sound like it's all glamorous and shit for real.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get in there, they signing contracts and shit that they can't. You know what I mean? You know,
That's
get
a
out
way-
of
that's a
and shit
way.
like that, right?
Yeah.
And then they don't realize like what's gonna happen to them once they sign that contract too. They telling them what they want to hear, but not telling them the full story. You
but
know
is
what I'm saying?
that still force?
So it's like this. The raw of it is you're right in one aspect of it. You don't have to do nothing. No one can. How we're wired. No one can make us do anything.
Right.
No one can force me to do anything. Now the other side of it is how much I'm willing to endure if I don't do said thing.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I mean, if
okay,
I'm willing
yeah.
to endure a lot of bullshit, if I don't do this, then I have the wherewithal and the mental capacity to be like, no one can make me do shit.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
just don't have that. So they in turn feel like I
They've
was
been
forced.
forced,
You know what I'm saying? So that's how some people
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That was one
I see
person's
what
story
you're saying.
that I heard that was in the porn, and she said, you know how her experience was with it, and it was the same story. Like they told her it was, you know, this and that. Like women make a lot of money. Like men don't make shit for real.
What is a situation where a man could be forced into doing something that's not physical?
It depends on how much he
be
needs.
forced
something.
but without
Because
being
I've heard
physical.
men. You know how you hear men say, "She forced me to have this baby," or "She forced."
Oh no, that's you're not taking
understand what I'm saying?
accountability for
So
his
give,
shit.
give me an
that's some
example
bullshit.
that you know of or that you can think of where a man was forced into doing something that wasn't physical.
that he didn't want to do.
Yeah. Because when you think of force, you think of you didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice. You was out of options. You didn't have a choice in the matter. It's either this or die. Really, because when I think about it,
I mean, pregnancy.
that's one thing.
That's the first thing I thought.
That's
about.
one thing. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah, you don't really have a.
Yeah. He forced me.
I'm having this baby.
That bitch forced me to put my dick in her mouth. You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, no.
How do we?
Shut
how
up,
do we
nigga.
use-
I'll mark that. I'll mark that. I'll mark that.
Nigga, shit. I ain't telling you shut up. I'm telling that
I'll
nigga
mark
that
it.
said the shit.
Because it's like when we had the conversation on the last part about the $5 million thing. You know what I mean? And I thought that was a good joint when the Snoop situation came up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, with,
Integrity,
as far as
man.
integrity
You know
or
what I'm
anything
saying?
like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a force to me. You know what I mean?
You gotta,
either
like-
take it. It's either take it or leave it type of thing. You have a choice.
I
think
don't-
with force you don't have a choice.
I don't think I could live with myself. Not saying that I would like do something to myself or whatever. I've never had those thoughts either, but I don't think I would be able to live with myself knowing that I did some shit that I didn't want to do just to be rich. Like I would rather like take my time and get it the right way for real. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you wouldn't whip it out for 100 mil.
Nah, yeah.
My shit be on the table in front of y'all niggas.
This motherfucker, yeah. Yeah, nah.
Y'all be
I don't
saying
know what
get
the
on?
hell. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all crazy. Y'all wild. 100 mil? Shit. Oh, shit. I'm walking around with it out all day.
I would probably have. I would definitely have a conversation. With
Little,
my children.
small, flaccid.
I would have to have a conversation. Listen,
You got a daughter too, right?
Yeah,
I got a daughter too.
I gotta have a conversation.
I got
like,
a
look,
mama too. Flaccid.
Listen,
My shit will be out on the winky.
Wow.
Shit,
Mom, you raised a great son. Thank you so much.
mom would have slapped me in my head if I didn't take it. She would have said, "Boy, you better pull. Boy, you better pull."
Yo, I could just hear my fucking
Shit.
dad, yo. I could just hear his answer.
My wife would probably be like, "Look, I'll pull it out for him." Now.
I can hear him now. Shit, you crazy?
I'll pull it out for him
son.
and prep it. I'll prep. Let me get it prepped first. Let me get it prepped.
see, all right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yo,
These are all jokes, but some of this shit
He
may
ain't
very well
joking,
be true.
goddamn it.
Oh no, I'm not joking about that. 100 million, shit.
oh, shit.
100 million. I'm going out on the flaccid. You know what I mean? Shit, ain't I?
I mean, just like the people
I'm gonna take
standing,
a hymns before I.
just like the people standing on the corner for real. Like whatever their situation is, you a brave motherfucker for standing out there, yo.
What?
Them people standing on the corner, like, you know what I mean?
Selling dope?
With the signs. No, with the signs
Oh.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm hungry. Can you, war veteran, blah, 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 whatever.
I think that's lazy.
It might be, but you got heart.
I think that's
you got
lazy.
heart, yo.
Because I know for a fact that some people be standing out there that might got a fucking house and all that.
Yeah,
Remember
true.
the-
That's
I
true.
look at shit. I'll be like, all right, you got a haircut. I can see the line. I look at shit like that. Like, you just got your cut, bro.
Just put a bowl on my head.
You got a cut, bro. Like,
I think it was my brother I was with him one time or something, and my brother was like, "Man, look, man, I'm gonna give you a word of advice, man. Go put some worse shoes on, man. Your shoes look too neat.
Yeah, like,
for you be
dog.
standing out here, man. Come on,
dog,
man.
on
Your
a
shoes-
Rockville Pike, right on that, right as soon as you, they're that. Now, granted, it's a guy out there with one leg. He's out there all the time.
That's different. That's different.
I don't know why this.
He might have fucked his disability up or something, or Social Security up or
How?
something. You never know.
Once you get it, you got it.
No, because you
Was he a
can
veteran?
lose your Social Security if you go to jail. If anything, it's certain things you can do to lose your. If you make too much money, they'll take money away or anything like that. Like working, I don't know. other reasons that you can lose your
I don't know.
Some of them motherfuckers set for life, yo.
I might ask him one day.
Yeah.
Like, dog, what happened? Tell me what happened, and maybe I can. You know what I mean, but you get your cut be fresh. Like, I be watching you, bro.
He brave though.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember a story. I think it was current
Could you do
affair, and I'm telling my
I
age.
be on a corner every day. No, that's just not in me, dog. Like,
I know,
worked
but
all
right,
my life.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you would ever get to a point like that, like, would you be brave enough to stand on a corner and ask motherfuckers for money?
I don't know.
You
I
never
guess
know what you would do
guess I
until you
don't
get in a
correlate with
situation.
bravery and
But then
I don't-
really need it, and then motherfuckers around by you looking at you and shit like, fuck that.
This
bum
thing
ass
about it, right? I'm doing the math,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? I
Say
don't know
you
who
find a
the
good
crazy-
spot. Say you find a good spot on the highway or something,
right?
and every hour you make about $20.
An hour,
Say if you found the right spot, and every hour the people that's coming by, you make about $20.
2, 3 here,
$20
5 here.
an hour. You stand out there bitch for 5 hours or 6 hours. That's a job.
yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, it might be that type of money in there, because I know it many times. Every time I pass somebody that I feel is unfortunate, even if because I never have it in the back of my mind like, oh, they just going to get a bottle or something. I'm not the person to
Yeah, I
judge.
don't think that
I'm
way.
not the person to judge what you're going to do with the money once I give it to you. I've seen people outside of like McDonald's and shit, and I'll be like, look, I'm gonna buy you something to eat, or I'll just bring them some food or something like that, or anything like that. Now, if I say, oh, let me take you in and buy you some food, you be like, oh no, man, because I'm
You already know what time it is.
I already know what time it is, so
Yeah.
that's different. But I've seen times it was a nigga in Cambridge in a wheelchair. Big dude was in a wheelchair. He was out there, ran down this whole story. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my mom. I ain't got the gas. My car's out there. I ain't got the gas. I'm from Salisbury. I just need some money for gas. Blah, blah, blah. I gave him like $30. You know what I mean?
that'll get you that.
$30. 2 days later, he was right back out there again.
I thought you was going to Barry.
Yeah, exactly. And I approached him. I was like, man, I thought you was from Bury and you was just waiting for, you know what I mean? You just needed gas on it. It's like, oh, no. He had a whole nother story I heard him telling people. So that type of shit right there, you know
that
what I
shit
mean?
made me tight,
I don't respect that. You know what I mean? But that don't never stop me from whenever I see somebody out there on the street. If I got the cash on me, I don't got no problem helping them out. You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
It's your heart,
I don't.
yo,
You
at
never
the end of
know
the day.
who really needs it and who might not really need it.
It's your heart at the end of the day. Like, you genuinely trying to help somebody.
So I'll be looking at it like, and I know everybody's circumstances is different.
Mm-hmm.
I ask y'all, in y'all's life right now, can you think of something that would have to happen to y'all in order for you to be in that predicament. Now,
I try not to think of shit like that.
And I
understand what you're saying. Hypothetically,
but what I'm saying is, you gotta understand. Like, all right, God forbid, I'll use myself. I won't put it. God forbid something happens to where I can't work or I don't have whatever. I feel like I have enough people that love me that would never even want to. They couldn't see me like that.
True.
So that's why I be trying to think what happened to where you don't even have family to come around.
Some people might have they might have burned too many bridges.
Yeah, okay.
Burned too many bridges, or you may not have no family. Everybody
That
you know.
too, yeah.
Like I think of people like I know when I was in prison, it was niggas, you know what I mean? It was niggas that's been in prison for 25, 30 years that was getting ready to come home. Now when they come home, you coming home to a whole new age. You coming home to cell phones. Now it's different now because you got people got cell phones and stuff. People got cell phones and stuff like that, but you may not have took no computer literacy course or anything like that. So you coming home, you don't know what the fuck to do. You don't have no skills. You might have went in when you was like 19. You coming home at 40, 45, you know what I mean? You don't have nothing. And everybody that you knew, all your friends even passed on, they may be locked up. Your mom, your father, your uncles, they all might have passed away. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, it don't take that long. You know what I mean? 10, 15 years, you lose a lot of people in 10, 15 years. So you don't have a choice. You can't get Social Security, you know what I mean? Because you might not be at that age yet. You can't get a job, you know what I mean? Because of your record, if you had a body or something like that.
You can get one.
You could be in that situation, you know what I mean? Now you turn to alcoholism because you depressed, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I've seen stuff like that happen in certain cases. So you know that's why I said I never judge anybody when it comes to that type of thing. But when you see people that can walk good, you know that the chicken plant hires, you know what I mean? But you also got to look at people. You also got to look at people. You know, you got people that's illiterate, people that have mental issues that don't have no help out there.
Now is that an insult to want to know, like before I just give
is
that an insult to ask them like what or do you think
to ask them like what happened?
Would someone feel like, man, look, I don't feel like running down my whole either.
I don't feel like it's an insult because if I'm giving you money to help you out, depending on even if it's $5-10 and you can't really get nothing with $5 or $10 these days. But if I'm giving you I'm gonna say $20-25 to help you out or anything like that, to give you enough food to eat for the day or something like that, and I'm like, man, what's going on? What's your story? And you like, man, it's none of your business or anything like that. Get my motherfucking money back.
I ain't giving you shit for it. You come off on me like that.
Get my motherfucking money back. Nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? I want to know, like,
get my motherfucking money.
Because I might be the one that might be willing to give you a job. I can hire people. You know what I mean? In my profession, I can hire people. You know what I mean? So I might be the one to like, look, I'm gonna look out for you. I'll give you a job. I'll set you up. You know what I mean? So where you are, and if I feel like, because I've seen women out there with kids. Those are the ones that get me all the time. I seen a woman out there with kids. She had one kid in a stroller. She had another kid out there. I'm homeless. My husband left me. I need help. I'm dead broke or anything like that. I feel like if a person is out there with their kids out in the weather, hot, cold, or anything like that, that's a person that I feel is sincere, and you know what I mean. But they could be playing the game too. You never know, because they could be playing the game too.
They help women and children faster than they help anybody.
Like I said, $20 an hour, cuz.
So you said
$20 an hour out that mug.
So you said something like you can hire people, right? So let me ask you a question. Transition to something else. So how do you guys? And I'm sure you've probably been in this situation before, where you try to help a friend out. And you try to connect the dots, say, "Hey, man, I can bring you to such and such," and they could probably put you on, right? Man, yeah. And now let's say you're the one in the middle making these connections, and that said friend that you try to help out doesn't show up for this opportunity.
I've had that happen before.
Number one, how do you feel about that? And then how do you address that?
I don't ever ask me for help ever again.
Ever.
That person, don't ever ask me for nothing else.
If I go
and the reason that you react that way is because you felt like by him not showing up, that did what for you?
It wasted your time.
I you know what I mean? I tried to help you out off of my shit, off of
your name,
strength.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I mean? And then you don't even attempt to, you know what I'm saying?
And so you would feel like that makes you look a certain way. That's how I take it.
I had a nigga, I got him a job, good job before. Got him a good job. And it's not even somebody I hired, but I was working somewhere, got him a job before. this nigga stole from the job.
Oh my God.
So that makes my credibility.
Now,
And
something like that too, yo.
Especially when you vouch
Something
for
like that,
somebody.
I'm
Yeah,
tight.
yeah. You know
I'm
what I mean?
tight like
Especially when you vouch for somebody, and that kind of halts you from wanting to even help people anymore. Because when you go through situations like that, I've had family members that, and real talk, I've had family members that I've hired, that I paid to work, that didn't do the fucking job, that wasn't showing up, was lying, saying they were doing a job, where the people went to the fucking cameras and looked at the cameras and said that they never showed up. I had to go, you know what I mean, empty the trash and shit, and I pay you for a job and you don't go do it, but you still, you know what I mean, and then still think that I owe you money.
So unfortunately,
you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had those situations happen before, like, but I treat each one of those situations individually. Individually. But it's still kind of put that in the back of your mind, like, I don't want to help none of y'all niggas. You know what I mean? I don't want to hire none of y'all. But it kind of helped, and it kind of hindered me from hiring family sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, like I can't, nigga, you don't even want to work. What the fuck you coming to me asking me for a job for? You know what I mean?
They're the closest ones to you.
Yeah, don't come ask me for no job, and you don't even want to work at the last job that you was fucking at. You know
the mentality with that is
crazy,
so skewed. Like, even in my profession, what I do, like, one of my close friends is actually the chief of the department. So the way my mind thinks is, if I do my job the proper way that I'm supposed to, I make my friend look good.
Exactly,
that's how I think of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, that's my dog up there, so I can just, nah, that's the wrong mentality. I want to do the dope shit that make them look good.
Exactly.
Ultimately, that's going to help them in the end of this. You know what I'm saying?
And you would think that everybody would look at it like that. You would think that, like, I don't want to mess this situation up for you. I'm not, my family gave me an opportunity when I needed, especially when I needed the help. I'm not going to mess this situation up for them. You know what I mean? And if it comes to a point, but everybody don't have you. See, that's one thing that I had to learn, and I learned it a long time ago. You can't expect everybody to have your mentality and to think like you. And you make a mistake when you think that, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's whoever it is, if you expect everybody to have your mentality and to think like you, you setting yourself up. You're setting yourself, you know what I mean? And it's bad because it makes you not want to trust people or have that faith in people. But that's just a sad reality that we in, you know what I mean? So it's sad, man. I'm not hiring none of you niggas. Don't come asking me for no job. I'm not hiring none of you niggas. None of y'all. I'd rather hire a complete stranger. No knock on any of my family, because I've had some family that did some great jobs for me, and that I had family that I would hire back. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie and say that. But you know what I mean? But a lot of you niggas that come asking for jobs, nah. Hell no. I seen y'all at Pond Street Deli last night. You're not. All
right, last thing last thing I'm gonna jump out here for the sake of the pod. I'm gonna do this.
You found somebody?
No, we're not. That's not. That's not.
That's a recurring theme on the pod.
That's not what we talking about.
We gotta get you matched up, cuz. We gotta get you matched up.
That ain't what we talking about.
And she a Baltimore fan too?
That ain't what we talking about. That ain't what we talking about here.
Her name is Romar Jackson.
Romar
Jackson. Her name Romar Jackson.
All right, so look. Let me ask y'all a question. So all of y'all have been in relationships to where you have children with a person that you no longer are in a relationship with.
Wow. Currently.
Okay. All right, here we go.
This is going to be toxic, but I'm my answer to it. I'm just letting you know.
All right. Matter of fact, I ask you this. Would you bring, on your way to go pick up your child, right? Would you bring whoever you are in a relationship with currently to your child's mother's house without there being any type of anything? Say it's fresh. You and the person that you're dealing with currently is fresh. Are you taking?
If it's fresh, that's different.
Are you taking her? I gotta go pick my son up. We're gonna ride over here.
How long have we been broken up, and how toxic are we at that point?
So let's just throw fire.
That all matters.
Toxic levels can be high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's on the low. It's on the front. But if it can turn up quick, so that's where it's at. That's that. And like, y'all been split for a while, but there's never been an interaction there. Do you do that, or you just keep that separate?
I have.
And if you do that, do you deem that being disrespectful to?
I'll let you answer.
Is that disrespectful to her?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So she's not even into that for real. She don't give a fuck about the baby mom, baby dad thing.
No, where you're picking your child up from, which is your child's mother.
She does though.
The woman that's riding with you, is that you being disrespectful to you?
No, I don't see that.
I don't think so.
No, because that's who I'm with. You know what I mean? I can actually ask my wife to go pick my child up from my ex's house or something like that.
Yeah, because they know each other.
Yeah. Now, if the tensions are high,
If they don't know
each other, no, because I wouldn't want my ex sending a nigga to my crib to pick my child up.
I'm not saying
cool.
But I don't have a problem if the nigga's in the car and they pulling in my driveway. As long as that nigga act like he's supposed to act,
Right.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't see that as disrespect.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Don't have him come outside and knock on the door and you sit in the car though. Don't do no shit like that.
Okay.
Because that might be a problem because I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know what type of time you might be on.
So stay there. So you don't know him. Are you cool with him just knowing where you live at now? There's been no conversation.
If there's no tension,
Listen. There's been no conversation between you and said gentleman. You don't know nothing about him, but he's coming over. Now he knows where you live at, and he's picking your kid up with your ex-lady.
I remember having arguments of my ex coming to pick the kids up from my house and her having a nigga that I don't know, and the nigga is the one driving the car. I don't know this nigga. I don't know whose car my child getting in. I don't know why you got this nigga around my child and you never mentioned him. I don't know who it is. You know what I mean? And come to find out, it was niggas that put their hands on her and shit like that. You know what I mean? So like, I guard against that shit because of that reason. Now when my children are old enough to defend themselves, it's a different story. Yeah. But my young children, don't bring no nigga around my children that I don't know, I haven't met, because I think it's, and I remember you telling me about a situation one time before where I think that is proper etiquette to introduce yourself
early on
before you even around somebody's child. I feel like it's that way. You know what I mean?
So
I wouldn't let I wouldn't let another nigga's child stay in my crib unless I either know, and that's if he in the child's life, of course. You know what I mean? Right. But I want to introduce myself. Okay, let me introduce myself so he know what type of dude I am or anything like that. Right. You know what I mean? But some niggas ain't. Some niggas don't give a fuck.
So
about
stay there.
shit.
So how would you feel if none of those type of things ever happened?
I mean, my kid ain't going. If you got a nigga and I don't know the nigga and that nigga live with you now or y'all live together or you living with him, oh, my kid ain't going.
That's what you going to
say. Yeah, my kid, he ain't. No, I don't know this nigga. My kid, I don't know. My son ain't staying with no other nigga.
No, he not staying over no other chick house either.
Definitely not
he
my
not
daughter.
staying over nobody crib.
Definitely my daughter not.
But your child staying over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right. So let me give you another one. Then. This is good. Let me.
I like it. I like that. I like where you're going at.
So,
you're a great host, my son.
So. The child don't live with you. The child lives with the mom.
Right.
She has a man that lives with her now.
Right.
You still don't know him. All the steps that the introducing steps that never happened.
Right.
So you don't know him, but your child lives there with. So your child just so happens to be with you, and then they come into the crib to pick your son up.
Excuse me, who's this nigga?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask that.
This who you live with? Because I feel like that's on the mother. Because
so that's why I asked y'all if y'all are going over there to pick you. You know what I mean? Let's say she lives. Let's say you and you got a new lady and y'all live together and all that. But your baby mom has never
met her.
You just never did that for whatever reason. Is that disrespectful of you to bring this woman to this other woman's house? Do you think
she stay in the car? If she stay in the car, but she should have
role reverse.
She should have the proper. She should have the proper.
But role reverse, you said you would feel disrespected. That's not disrespectful to her.
But I know that when I got with my current wife, and then the situation where I end up having my children, you know what I mean, things like that. Whenever we did a child exchange, if she was to visit with them or anything like that, I made sure that they introduced themselves or they knew what was going on. Like, this is so and so, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like a parent should have their child around another adult. Unless the other parent, especially if the parent is in their life, without that parent knowing what's going on, because you don't know that person. So and that other adult may be disciplining your child at some point in time. I don't know how this person disciplines. I don't know what kind of background they came from. I don't know how they're going to be talking to my child or anything like that. No, we need to have a conversation.
The argument would be, well, I wouldn't have no one around our kid that ain't going.
But I can't trust that. That's what I was
going to say.
That's what you're going to be faced with.
I can't trust that.
Basically, me knowing her from our past relationship and you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah, I know that she wouldn't have somebody around my son that you know what I mean
Good.
she didn't trust for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know that if a person is there, he earned that spot.
Okay.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
I mean, that's dope though. That's
I,
for
for
real.
real. I almost made a bad joke.
Look, see?
I almost made a bad joke. He earned that spot, cuz.
And then at the same time, you have to.
You have to
trust
what?
it.
You have to.
You have to trust it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that there's going to be somebody else,
forced?
but
Forced.
Look at that. See,
It kind of is a force.
Are you forced?
It is kind of forced for real because what can you do?
man, what if you know if this? What if you know this other person has been abusive to her or to him? You know what I mean?
throwing in different variables
to her or to him. You know what I mean? You got to move the goalposts a little bit. But what if you know, but they still choose to be with this person? Then what?
If I know, then my son not going back,
Yeah, we just
and then I'm going to court to prove why. You know what I'm saying?
I'm willing to do all that. For that.
Yeah,
Like
I feel you.
don't have a problem.
A lot of
going
men
there.
are scared to go to court. Yeah.
That's because they don't understand their rights, and a lot of people need to. If you care that much about your kids, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I just wanted to see where y'all felt like the line of is.
Yeah, it's
do you
a
feel like
sticky
you're
situation.
disrespecting your child's mother by bringing who you are now seeing, and you've never had that proper introduction of them to?
For one thing,
Is that
if I'm bringing
disrespectful
her,
for you to
or
bring a woman over to someone's house?
If I'm bringing her and she's in the car with me,
Yeah, is that disrespectful?
once they come out, I'm going to introduce them. Period. Unless it's really bad blood and I'm not talking to her at all, like we don't have no conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
besides
going to
kid.
introduce them. I'm going to introduce them like, okay, this and that, because I feel like it's just a parent's right to know who you have around their children.
All right, so but go back.
It's
to
not
what
disrespect, but
No,
then you can give them the
oh.
heads up and be like, look, I got my current chick with me.
See what
You
you
know
just
what I
said?
mean?
Say it again.
Yeah,
ain't doing
you
that.
know,
again.
and you introduce. I mean, you let them know ahead of time.
Hey, such and such.
Yeah, yes, sir. I got my new lady with me or blah, 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 especially if y'all ended on bad blood.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if the new lady was, well, she would know if the new lady was the one that you cheated on her with and left her for.
Those some variables.
Yeah, but yeah, different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hey, my thing is I don't do the baby mama, baby daddy thing. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like, I don't give a fuck about him, for real. And you know what I'm saying? It's probably, I'm sure it's vice versa or whatever. So like when I do stuff or go pick up my son for real, that's my responsibility. So I'm doing everything. You know what I'm saying? No matter how far it is, no matter whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my responsibility to, you know, be a father. So I'm not gonna place that on nobody else. I don't send my kids over family crib. I don't I do everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable with my son staying with somebody else because nobody's going to take care of your child like you. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Well, I was just speaking solely to the what is
understand what you're
deemed
saying, yeah.
disrespectful or respectful. So all the steps that you said, like I said, if none of those steps were taken, there's never been a meeting between yourself, between yourself and your baby mom's current live-in situation.
Yeah.
Y'all have never met. The steps got skipped. You know what I'm saying? He's been around your kids and all those steps got skipped. Is it disrespectful?
don't
for
bring
her
no
to come-
nigga to my house.
That's disrespectful, yeah.
Don't bring no nigga to my house. If I don't know nothing about this nigga, if we ain't been introduced, you ain't let me know that's a nigga that you living with. Or don't bring that nigga to my house. You know what I mean?
And you feel that way.
Yeah.
You feel like that because
She not coming to my house either. And I'm not going to hers. Like when I pick up my son, I'm outside.
yeah. I mean, but you feel like don't bring him to my house because of what reason?
I don't know you for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I said, I've been in this
and
situation.
I don't do the baby mama, baby daddy thing.
Many
you know what I'm
times
saying? Like, I
before,
don't
when
give
she-
a
when
fuck.
she
We
pull
ain't
up
never
the-
gonna be cool, nothing. Like all I care about is how you treating my son when you around.
It's
you know what I mean?
been times where
That's
she
it.
pulled up in the car, whether she was just getting a ride or anything like that to pick the kids, and I'm like, who's this nigga? I don't know this nigga. You ain't say nothing about this nigga. Oh no, this they ain't got nothing to do with you. Why don't you pulling up to my house? Why he know where I live at? I don't know nothing about him.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And who's this dude? Because my children are going to be around him. I don't want no nigga telling my kid he can't get them snacks. He can't go in the refrigerator or anything like that if I don't know how he disciplines kids. I don't know nothing about him. I don't want him around my kids. Or my children ain't going. My kids ain't going.
A lot of people
They
take
ain't
that
going.
as you jealous now.
Yeah, they would
They
take it like that.
No, they can
They
take
would
it like
take it like that, right?
Fuck you mad for?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
He mad because I got a new nigga.
It might have been that way a couple times.
Nigga, y'all. Word.
It might have been that way a couple times. Who you fucking now? Who you fucking this nigga? ain't worried about you. It's about your kids. I don't know. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm joking. But hey,
I don't care about that shit.
I don't care about that shit. I care about who around my children, though. You know what I mean?
do, yeah.
And I've been in situations where, like I said, you know what I mean? She was with an abusive dude. My kids was there. And now I got a beef with this nigga because, for one thing, you're not putting your hands. I don't give a I ain't gonna say that because that don't sound right.
We gonna have a problem.
I don't have that type of care about her anymore or anything like that. But you're not gonna put your hands on her while my children are around.
I'm like that
because if you're that type of nigga to do that to her, you'll definitely put your hands on my kids too.
Yeah,
we're not gonna have that type of shit. Yeah, we're not gonna have that.
That's one of those things that's automatic too.
Yeah,
for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you tried to
that.
harm, you know what I mean, my child for real. Like whatever's gonna go down, it's going to.
Cause then when I bring my girl over there, she coming to beat your ass, and I'm gonna beat that nigga ass. that's when I'm bringing her over there. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good one. That's a good situation. Yeah. All right, have you been in this situation before? I mean, how did you resolve it when you
everybody has? It's universal.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I have been in this situation. I was trying to think, how did I handle it the right way? I feel like I have.
Did you snap?
No, I didn't snap.
Did you lay hands upon thee?
Nah, I didn't do it. I didn't do any of the sort. You know, I calmly, you know what I mean, voice my grievance in the situation.
Voice my grievance.
Listen, I try to handle my situations very calmly and very, you know what I mean? I keep logic in the forefront.
The most Lamar Jackson shit to say, boy, I swear.
I try to keep logic in the forefront, and it doesn't always work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Works.
But we got to though, man.
Yeah,
because you only hurting the child.
This episode should be called for. See, these are things that you're forced to do.
Yeah, I caught that little nigga going in my refrigerator and I slapped the shit out of him. Oh, nigga. You gonna be stuffed in that refrigerator by the time I get done.
You're not coming in my house though, for real. Nah. Like if you know what I'm saying, like we got, you know, separate lives or whatever. So if I got somebody and she got somebody or whatever, like if I have a party at my house, it's for him. Y'all have a party at y'all house. But if we decide to like, you know, go to Chuck E. Cheese or you know what I mean, some, you know, bouncy house or whatever.
Yeah, some little kid.
I don't know, because if I know he cool and I done spend time around him and shit like that,
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm
See,
good.
that's the part that I'm talking about though. We not gonna do that.
One of my exes,
I'm fine with that.
One of my exes, even though
I don't even care about it.
Even though all our kids that we have together are grown, like now they are, you know, for the last couple of years, I'll have get-togethers and shit like that. She'll bring her husband over. They've even stayed the night before. It's nothing like, as long as I know he's a good dude.
I think that's
fine.
I have
nothing wrong with that. I have nothing wrong with that. But just meeting on the just meet, it's a different story.
But see, so and y'all are good in that because the groundwork was laid.
Yeah,
the proper steps.
And
were
me and
taken.
her used to beef heavy.
Right. Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
So whenever her husband came into play and was going to be around your kids, I'm assuming correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The groundwork was laid.
Her husband. Yeah.
The groundwork was laid. You were introduced properly. So it wasn't like oh, by the way, or you got to hear from your kids that they've been around somebody. You know what I mean? The groundwork was laid. That's how it becomes peaceful.
That's how it should be happening. Yeah.
But if none of the groundwork is laid, you can't expect for one day just to be cool.
You know when shit is toxic and it's bad blood between you and the other.
You don't know what she telling that nigga.
It's already
know.
that
I'm probably.
I have been in a situation.
I'm psycho.
I have been in a situation where, you know what I mean, one of my exes was like, yo, the dude before you was, you know what I'm saying?
A piece of shit.
And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you care about her. So, you know what I'm saying?
You gonna go with whatever she say.
So I already know. I know that I'm painted to be whatever.
He might not even did that shit though, for real.
You know what I mean? And I'll divulge a piece. I know I'm painted in a certain way, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm
that's expected.
I'm at peace with that part.
Yeah.
And to be perfectly honest, the gentleman, he's probably a cool motherfucker. It's just that
if he listens to what she said,
the steps that were supposed to take place never were done.
Right.
And I'm not even gonna say that's not his fault. That's not his responsibility.
No, that's her responsibility.
That was her responsibility. But the piece that I do give to him is you're still a man in that outfit.
It's his responsibility too.
You should want to
you should take them steps. If
but
it's
the
not
majority
being taken,
of is you should have did the proper steps.
Yeah,
and you did. So that fast forwards to my question: if you just coming to pick our child up, and then you just coming over and he's just with you and you don't even give me that phone call that you say, hey, by the way, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Give me that at least then.
And
but if you don't do that, now I'm taking all the steps that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's a piece of disrespect. That's a piece of disrespect. That now let's add. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to show up and
because if the nigga pull up in your driveway, and he don't introduce himself, I can tell you got some bad blood already. You know what I mean? Like it's something. If a nigga,
either that
I'm not gonna pull up in a nigga driveway picking up my kids and not introduce myself unless I already feel a certain type of way about that nigga, or she may have made me feel a certain type of way about that nigga.
Yeah, the steps that's different. Yeah.
Because then at that point I'm going for protection, maybe. So I'm going just to be her protection.
One day, I picked up my son. You know what I'm saying? And you remember how tinted my windows was or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You rolled them motherfuckers down like Snoop and Baby Boy.
I'm saying. Kick the nigga Ford over and shit.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there waiting, you know what I'm saying, for my little mans to come or whatever. You know what I mean? And then, they pull up, I look over for real. My windows.
You didn't even know she had a nigga at the time, right? Okay.
I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? I look over, you know what I mean? And he was like.
He was staring at you?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was laughing though. You know what I'm saying? So that probably made it worse too, but you know what I mean?
Did y'all have some words?
No.
Did he get out of the car and introduce himself or anything like that?
Not at that time.
See, I don't like that.
He did introduce himself though. You know what I'm saying?
If we're in a neutral spot, it's a different story. But if you pull into my driveway in front of my house, then you need to introduce yourself.
I just think, man, it's steps. It's steps, maturity steps that need to happen. That's just all it is.
And that's the wrong place to come to if you got a problem.
And that's true.
Yeah, like
you at the wrong place. Like you better get your ass back in that car.
But like that goes back to the original thing. Like you can't expect everybody to have the same level of maturity. If you going into something expecting that, then you're in a losing battle from the jump. That ain't gonna happen.
Now what will eventually have to happen? It would have to be probably on my own merit. It will be.
Would you reach out to the dude?
I mean, eventually
you hit him in his DMs.
Yo, bro.
Eventually, I am going to be
pulled up in your little Mitsubishi in my crib.
Yo,
I'm gonna be disrespectful, y'all. I know me. I'm gonna be disrespectful.
But there's no. And that's the thing. There's no situation. We don't even know each other.
Yeah, true.
But we don't know each other because the steps weren't taken.
You think he know you though? Because of what
he know what she told. Oh, he know everything that she said.
I'm quite sure I'm painted to be whatever.
That's what this was for.
You know what I mean? I'm quite sure.
He know that you take hymns. He know that you got the implant. He know everything. He know everything. Especially he might be one of them niggas. Hey, so was he bigger than me? Like what's going on?
No. I hope not. So here's my question. So say she does, and y'all do the right steps, right? You introduce her to your significant other at the time, and vice versa, whatever. How cool do y'all get after y'all introduce each other?
Me and the guy?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no reason for us to not be cool.
I mean,
Word?
Yeah, for instance, my daughter's mom, her fiance, we cool as that. We done been bowling and everything.
Yeah.
The steps. Now, granted, my daughter's older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, she was older.
There's
at the
a difference
time.
if it's fresh. But if it's a fresh made relationship.
I mean, now me and my daughter's mom weren't cool at all at one point. I'm talking about like that took a long time to get how it was. Right. But with her fiance now, the steps were taken. There was no disrespect nowhere. He's a good dude. I think he's great for her. Like it's dope. I think he's dope. So even on this side, I don't see no reason why we wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as
I might have told this story before, but I've had one of my exes, two of her niggas, call me off of Facebook and shit, which I thought was disrespectful. Call me on Messenger and shit, asking me about her. Yeah, I swear, I don't know these niggas from a can of paint.
Too much.
I didn't know these niggas from a can of paint because she lived down south now. But they called me, asked me, like,
yo, how do you do?
Was she was she like this when? Was she like this when y'all was together,
bro? I've heard it before.
Like really talking to these niggas, like, I'm like, nah, man, what we went through is what we went through.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of nigga. I'm going to sit here and talk about our relationship. You know what I mean? And all that kind of shit. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
Never
I'm like, y'all. I swear, this is
never
facts.
will.
This is facts. My wife was right there. My wife was right there. My wife was right there.
I'm shutting it down from the door though, for real.
I mean, that's pretty much what I did.
I think that's
pretty much what I did. Yeah, that's some sucker shit. But you know what I mean?
I think so.
I be like, man, look, I feel your pain, but
yeah, bro, I can't.
But I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that guy.
That either. I be like, hey, man.
And me and her was still on kind of not on the greatest terms right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't even talk to her. Like I don't even talk to her or anything like that. You know what I mean? And that's my children's mother. We don't even have conversations.
Right.
So it's like why I'm not getting in between that.
Yeah, that would just be adding some fuel on some shit that's chilling.
Now, don't get me wrong. In my mind, I wanted to spill a whole lot of shit.
Like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Because I'm pretty sure she told this nigga a whole bunch of shit about me, whether it was true or whether it wasn't true. I'm pretty sure she didn't told this nigga all kind of worse shit about me that she, you know me or anything like that. But I said, man, that's not me. I'm not gonna, I'm not that dude. I'm not gonna do that, cause I'm like, you gonna have to find that shit out on your own.
Yeah, man. And out of all of this stuff, the main thing that I'm just big on, if respect is there, then everything else can take care of itself. Respect, logic, maturity. I think everything else. But once respect is lost, and the lack of respect on either side, however it went, I mean, then I think you just lose. The whole situation can become messy.
You got exes?
Yeah, I got exes.
When the last time you had an ex? When was your last ex? What year was that?
Man, early 2000s. Yep.
Damn, man. You been single that long?
Nah, man.
There's a lot of fun being had around that time.
Hey, man, I say about, I don't know. 2014, 15, something like that.
I don't know what I would do if I was single, man, because I would miss the times. Like, I get lazy sometimes, and sometimes I want somebody to be able to get up and fix me some food or something.
Yeah.
You got DoorDash now, so you're good. You know what I mean? But before DoorDash,
bring me nothing.
Before DoorDash,
hey man,
they ain't bringing me nothing.
You gotta cook all your own shit, man. Like what's going on?
Who said I gotta cook all my own shit?
Oh, okay, my bad, cuz my bad. Anyway, we gotta wrap this up, man. We had, you know what I mean? We had about a couple hours. You know what I mean? Shane gotta go watch. You know, he going across the bridge. You know what I mean? Meet up with some. You know what I mean? Meet up with one of his friends or two of his friends or something like that.
It's a Bible study group that we all get together and watch football on Sundays.
There's somebody getting on their knees and praying and shit like that.
You know, some people,
y'all pray together.
Some
y'all pray together.
Some people indulge in things like that. We're just merely coming together for fellowship.
Okay.
You know, to watch some football games.
Okay, all right. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Is it football time yet?
Yes,
almost.
It is.
It is. All right, man. We signing off, man. Thanks for watching, man. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff that people say.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Root for your teams. Congratulations to anybody that's still in the playoffs and shit. You know what I mean? Hope to see some good games and not the blowouts that's been happening all over the joint. You know what I mean? Peace and love. See y'all on the next one, man.
Definitely. Peace out.